We cover non-league games every week here on BBC Radio Devon. Peter Smith, our non-league reporter, I think has one of the best gigs in the business locally as well, getting around the county. Where will you be on this non-league day then over the weekend?
Well, I'm not sure yet. As I said, I've got 17 grounds left to visit. I'm currently looking at Pinkston Football Club, who are in the United Counties League in the Alfreton area, but it depends on the weather because it's supposed to be a lot of rain overnight. They're telling me that the game should be on, but I've got a backup at Burscough Football Club up in the Northwest Counties League, who play on a 3G plastic pitch. So sometimes I have to play that 3G card if the weather's bad, but hopefully, it's been a really nice week this week and there hasn't been much rain. Hopefully I'll be going to a match on a grass surface.
It was lovely to chat to Tony and Chenzo on Friday Night Sport last night about non-league day today. Stay tuned to BBC Radio Devon Sport. We've got commentary on the whole of the first half of your games, and they're coming up next.
If you know your Muppets from your morph, you'll love the Golden Hour.
We are young. Heartache to heartache, we stand. Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
The Golden Hour.
Weekdays at 1.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
He goes for goal. It's spilled again. And it falls nicely for Joe Edwards. Arms are stretched in front of the Devonport end. Francis with the delivery, whipped in. Oh, you and Francis with an equalising goal from absolutely nowhere.
Moxie gets the low ball in. Turned in by Branagh. 3-2 Torquay. Branagh, we spoke about where to strike his instinct. Oh, he's seen it there, the crucial times.
Floats clear, Mayo Wovosto, inches from the line. Townsend dives over a try. Jeez, what a start to the second half.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Following our local clubs each and every match day, and very proudly so as well. A reminder from 5:30 tonight, it's rugby. Exeter Chiefs away against Bristol Bears in Rugby Union's Premiership. That one coming up for you from 5:30 on all frequencies, BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. If you're listening to BBC Radio Devon right now on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon, across the county on DAB digital radio, on BBC Sounds and on the BBC Sport website, it's Torquay United at home against Bath City this afternoon in the company of Sam Swan and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you very much, James. Good afternoon to everyone and welcome to Plainmore on what has been classed as National Non-League Day, and I believe there won't be too many bigger crowds around the non-league in England than there will be here at Plainmore today. We're expecting approximately 300 away fans and a crowd of almost 5,000 people here at Plainmore. That number has been broken once this season against Truro. Will it be done for a second time? But truthfully, Paul Watton and his staff and his players won't really be caring too much about off the field. They'll just be concentrating on it as West Country rivals Bath come here 17th in the table, but perhaps on a deceptively good run of form, and since they've changed their management they've become a very hard team to break down. They've only conceded 42 goals all season, only 3 less than Torquay, so perhaps they're in a false position. Paul Watton has got the luxury of sticking with the same team, which I'll run through for you now. In goal for the home side it will be James Hammond. From right to left in the back four it will be Finn Krask, Dyer, Dreyer and Jay Fulston. A midfield three, we believe, of Threlkeld, Hayfield and Jenkins Davis, with Jordan Young and Matt Jay just behind Ozzy Zanzala up front. For the away side, we believe that they will play 4-4-2. It will be Wiles Richards in goal, a back four from left to right of Greenside, Purcell, Tomlinson. Needs no introduction around these parts, Ollie Tomlinson. And Rains Joe Rains. A midfield four of Clark, Tilson, Roos and Alves, with Beardsmore and Fisher up front. But looking at it, it may be that Clark starts up front. We will confirm that for you. Torquay United playing in their traditional home yellow shirts with the blue hoops across it, Bath in a white and black number, black stripes going down it, and this is going to be a big one today. As I said, Torquay guaranteed to move up a place if they can win. At least one place potentially could go second, and it's a good afternoon and welcome to my colleague Sam Swan. Sam, good afternoon to you. Tough one coming up, but are you confident?
I mean, yeah, I still think it still put Torquay as favourites. As you were saying, Bath was at 7 points last 3 games. Transitional year for Bath, but they're playing with freedom now, aren't they? Because they're to be safe from relegation. It's just about building form for next season now, really. So it'll be a very tricky game for Torquay. Important to keep this good home form back and kind of put away a little bit of the frustration that we had when we were here at home to Salisbury. But what a crowd this is! It's pushing 5,000.
Well, it's Roos who takes kick-off for Bath. They will hit from right to left as we look at it. That's into the seated end, so Torquay, they normally way they hit from left to right as we look at it into the populated Babby-Commenda, the Woollands Terrace as we know it. And immediately Torquay win a throw-in. I can see Roos already, he's got a bandage across his head, Sam, so he's obviously here for the war, isn't he? But it's going to be Jay Fulton. He takes the throw-in up the left-hand side looking for Zinzala, but it breaks a Bath way, not once but twice, and eventually I think that was Wilson there was deemed to have committed a handball, and Torquay get the free kick. It's now out to this right hand side just in front of us here. Jordan Young strokes it back to Finlay Crask, who comes to Dyer. Bath looking intent on pressing Torquay United, but a long ball from Dyer. Jordan Young tries to make the run in behind Parcell, but Parcell too smart for that. It does break for Matt Jay in a good position now. He's got support from Will Jenkins Davis, but he hesitated too much, and the tackle comes in there from Alves, and it will be a throw in to Torquay United. 10-15 yards inside the Bath half, in front of the pop side over there. The United fans getting behind their side already, and it's a quick throw in to Will Jenkins Davis from Fulton. A little give and go. Jenkins Davis has it now, but surrounded by a couple of Bath players. Does really well. Jenkins Davis then gives it away looking for Crask. A good read there by number 10 Clark for Bath. He's driving forward, but a good tackle, and again Bath can't just keep possession, and the ball now comes out to Jordan Young on this left hand side just inside the Torquay United half. Young comes back in on the left foot, gets away from Greenslade and also gets away from Clark, who looks to have a roaming role, will work out Bath's formation again. They seem to be a 4-5-1, I think it is. We shall work it out. I think it's going to be number 14 Fisher up on his own, but Clark will be the man in support when Bath have the ball. So I think Clark's in for a busy day as Crass gets it on the right hand side, immediately closed down by Clark, but Crass just strokes it back to Jordan Dyer, and he can now look to see what's in front of him, and he gives it to Dreer halfway inside his own half. Jay Fulton hugs the touchline just inside the Bath half, then back to Matt Jay, who dinks it down looking for the runner Will Jenkins Davis, but Greenslade, I beg your pardon, Tomlinson will get over there, and it's a throw in, but Torquay starting with a little bit more intent, I would say, Sam.
Yeah, it feels like a proper game of football already. This is something I haven't felt like has been there enough this season at times, but like Bath, that was a lovely tackle by Dre, gets play more behind, just little things like that, and Bath fans are definitely bringing the atmosphere as well, so it's what you want to see as a football fan.
Yeah, well, the throw in's taken quickly. Matt Jay just dinks it back to Fulston over there. It's now with Will Jenkins Davis looking to try and get it into the box. It comes back to Dreer. His low ball is well cut out though there by Bath. They're showing a lot of energy so far, and they've got a chance now just inside United's half to break down the right hand side. Good control there, but a good tackle there by a Torquay United player. I don't think it was Sam Dreer, and Torquay get possession back. It comes out to Fulston on the left hand side, but he's immediately closed down by Rains, and Torquay will have a throw in down their left hand side. And again, well, I think the early signs suggest that Bath are going to try and press Torquay as much as possible, Sam, a tactic which I've not seen too many teams at this level keep going for a full half, never mind a full game. I thought the last game here, the other team ran out of steam a little bit with 10 minutes to go. Bournemouth, I think it was, if memory serves me, the last Saturday game that is. As it's going to be a throw in on the halfway line, which Greenslade will take. Gives it back to the already very busy Clark, and he tries to find Rains on the right hand side but concedes a throw into Torquay just inside their own half down the left hand side. I tell you what, Samuel, it's a throw in. You and I covered the Bournemouth game here, and it's like sometimes when you're doing what we do at the games, it's hard to appreciate exactly, but having watched it again, Matt Jay's first half performance was a really, really special performance. I felt the assist and the goal were just outrageous.
We need more of that today, definitely, especially with the pressing. But once we break their midfield press and get behind, that's what, of course, with Jay.
Absolutely. Crash puts it up, Zanzala gets something on it, but it only breaks to Greenslade, I beg your pardon, Parcell, who clears it deep into the Torquay United half. Dyer and Fisher challenge there. I think Fisher accidentally stood on Jordan Dyer's foot, but both are all right, and now Jenkins Davis just inside his own half finds Threlkeld, who miscontrols it, but fortunately goes to Dyer. He immediately plays it out to Krask, and again Clark, he's really, really a busy little player here, Sam, isn't he? He's going to be one that Torquay United will need to nullify at some point as Jordan Young tries to play it out there, but I think in fairness to Jordan Young, that took a little bobble and his pass goes out for a throw in down the right hand side by the pop side to today's visitors, Bath City.
For all the pressing and the intensity, which I love to see, the game has lacked a bit of quality the last couple of minutes, isn't it? A couple of switches on both teams is harmlessly going up for throws, but interesting, I'm enjoying it.
Well, it's dinked forward now by Ollie Tomlinson to an offside Fisher. Brad Ash, of course, also on the books at Bath City. In fact, we'd probably need to spend about 10 minutes going through the ex-players on both sides here, Sam, to be honest with you. But Tomlinson, a guy who I think was quite well liked about here for how he conducts himself, whatever, but I'm not sure that too many Torquay fans thought he was of the requisite quality to take us up the leagues, take Torquay United up the league.
He needed a couple more years doing what he's doing now,
I believe so, yeah.
I believe first team football, really maturing, a bit like Brad Ash. I know Brad Ash is a lot older, but
I think the charges levelled against him, for want of a better word, as Jenkins Davis almost nips him there, was he was a little bit soft at times as far as a centre back goes, but I thought he was a decent player, decent squad player.
Good footballer.
And he's went straight to Bath, and I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, apologies to any Bath fans if you're listening if I get this wrong, but I think he's a pretty nailed on starter there at the moment, as it's them now trying to come forward, and Clark's got a little bit of space on the left hand edge of the box area. Greenslade in support. It's going to be a low ball across, but well defended there by Jordan Dyer, but Zanzala will be beaten to that by Parcell, but Zanzala gets in front of his man and unluckily concedes a throw in, and it will be midway inside the Torquay United half, well just in front of the bench, a throw in down the left hand side for Bath City. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport on this national non-league day. We're coming to the 7th minute here, no goals so far, fairly even game so far, and I think, as I said, for sure you'd agree, Sam, that it seems to be Bath are intent on harassing and pressing Torquay the minute they get the ball, but a tactic, as I says, we'll see if they can keep that particular impetus up. And it's them knocking it about now. It is Parcell in the back line. It's a long ball looking for the runner Fisher. That might go, it just goes over the head of Filson and Dreher, and I'll go out for a goal kick. Sam, I know you went to Dorking last week. I think that was a result that, I don't want to say shut a few people up, and I don't just mean Torquay fans either, by the way, but I think Torquay, some of the fans thinking that they should absolutely romp this league and whatever, but the playoffs a distinct possibility, and yet again Torquay face a playoff contender and come out on top. It's been a habit of the season, hasn't it?
We were just brilliant. It was kind of like tournament football in a way, and at the end of it, as we were saying off air, Paul, you know, the title's extremely unlikely now, and what's going to be the most important thing if we're going to win the playoffs, playing against those sort of teams and being hard to beat, as long as we express ourselves enough, we'll be okay. But we're starting to up it a little bit in this game. Bath are starting to have a bit of control.
They are, and it is Rains going down the right hand side. He plays it on, looking for the support and run of Alves, but Will Jenkins Davis gets back, but it is at the concession of a corner kick. It will be taken down the right hand side. I think Alves is going to take it. I can see Ollie Tomlinson ambling forward, but Bath, unsurprisingly, keeping 4 men back there at one point, but everybody bar Jordan Young in the box for Torquay United. Bath have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the box. I can see there might be a 6 hiding somewhere. 2 men back marking Jordan Young, or nullifying Jordan Young. And Tilson just on the edge of the box, but here comes a left-footed corner. It goes towards the back post. It's over everybody. The Bath player's shot. I actually, going to be honest, Sam, I think he was pulling his own shot there to try and con the referee a little bit there.
Yeah, he was never getting it, was he?
No.
The corner was too deep.
To the best of my knowledge, no goals so far in the National League South for the contenders today. Worthing away at Welling. Who else have we got? Weston-super-Mare home to Chesham. Boreham and Dorking Wanderers, a big game of the league today. Truro have Salisbury at home. Maidstone away to Hampton and Richmond. Eastbourne at home to Farnborough. Eastbourne still unbeaten at home, but all Torquay United can do is worry about themselves, and at the moment the obstacle in their way is a Bath City side who've started reasonably well so far and certainly shown a lot of energy, as Fisher again tries to get in there and eventually somehow comes out with that thrill kill, gets a toe on it, but it breaks to Fisher again. He's going to try an outrageous shot from distance from about 35 yards, but James Hammond will eat that up every day of the week. He rolls it to Dreyer, but again here comes the pressing from them, so Hammond forced to go long. Zinzala does get a head on it, but nods it backwards, and it's everything at the moment's beginning to fall a Bath way, and it's them again coming forward. Greenslade in support on this left hand side, but a poor ball there from number 27 Beardsmore. Can't find his man, and he gives Torquay a bit of a cheap throw and a chance for Bath to get down the left and get the ball in there, Sam.
Yeah, it was disappointing from a Bath point of view. I'm more disappointed. Torquay's central midfield is lacking bite at the moment. It's every 50-50 Bath seems to be winning, which is a bit frustrating.
I think with them putting 5 in there, to be honest with you, leaving Fisher on his own, especially off the ball. Clark, as I mentioned earlier, he's such a busy little player, but I don't want to sound disrespectful, Sam, but I'm not convinced they're going to be able to keep this energy up. But we shall see. We shall see.
The Bath, no, quite impressive so far.
Yeah. It's Parcell back. He's going to go all the way back to Harvey Wiles Richards in the goal for the away side. He will just take it away from Zanzala and go long. Bath got a lot of players in a Torquay half, but Jay Fulston reads that just about well enough. Rains almost got his head onto it, but it goes out harmlessly for a throw in down United's left hand side, over by the pop side here at Plainmoor. We've played 11 minutes. Torquay United 0, Bath City 0. As I said, I can't see any goals so far in the National League South as yet. I'm sure we will keep you updated with them if and when we can. And Torquay United will win another throw in.
Game's got a bit flat, hasn't it?
It has a little bit. To be honest, Sam, I'm not sure that's the worst for Torquay at the moment, no, because Bath certainly have got the bit between their teeth. They're not the dominant team or anything like that, but they're certainly belying their league position at the moment, I think would be fair to say.
I agree.
But I did say to Paul Watton in the pre-match interview, Sam, this could be a day where somebody of the quality of Matt Jay or Jordan Young will decide it, or either by scoring or creating the chance, perhaps a Will Jenkins-Davis as well. But as I said, we've still got most of this game to go, and as again Bath trying to create down their right hand side, where Rains will take a throw in, which he takes quickly to Fisher, who ran back from an offside position, of course can't be from a throw in, and he's going to try and buy a corner, but the ball comes into the box. Hayfield just gets in front of his man there. Roos up there supporting, but it's going to come back into Torquay United's box, a deep one to the back post. Hammond comes out, and Hammond reads it well and takes it, and he's been bumped by not one but 2 Bath players there to slow him down a little bit. Torquay's obviously instruction is get the ball moving as quickly as possible as well. And Jordan Young now up against Greenslade, goes by him easily. That's a cynical foul by Greenslade, and that might draw a yellow card from the referee. Is he going to let him away with it because there's only 12 minutes gone, Sam? But I think he thought for a second there. That's a poor attempt, a poor tackle by Greenslade there. Yeah, Mike Edwards down there saying that should be a yellow card. The referee not letting him go, I think. Well,
he's a fortunate boy.
Yeah, well, I think he's basically saying next one, I think he said pay attention to me there, next one you're going to get a card if it's innocuous or not. But Torquay United 3 yards inside their own half have got a free kick, which will be taken by Will Jenkins-Davis as we reach the 13th minute mark here at Plainmoor. Still Torquay United 0, Bath City 0, and it's going to be Jenkins-Davis, Matt Jay in an offside position. He'll obviously come back from that. The ball goes up the edge, Dyer gets up, Dyer wins a header, it breaks to Matt Jay, but he can't get on, goal makes to Dyer! Just couldn't get on the end of it properly, and neither could Dreyer. First real chance of the match, but Dyer could have done better a little bit, but centre half's finished.
Yeah, no, it's a bit lucky really, wasn't it? Matt Jay didn't get at all the connection that he wanted, but it's hit his face, came to Dyer. Good effort though, it's good effort. Dre just couldn't get on the end of it. That's better. It's all it needs really. This, and that just comes from the foul earlier where Jordan Young's got the ball in midfield, he spun their player, and that's what Torquay needs to start doing a bit more intensity in the passing, just a little bit more expression to win the game.
Well, Jordan Dyer completely instrumental there as another long ball comes forward. It's too much for Young. It was a free kick. It came to the right channel of the box. Dyer initially won the header. It went into the middle, came back out towards him. 6 yards from goal. He did try to swing at it, but he just couldn't get on it, and he mishit it across goal, and Sam Dreyer came in but just couldn't reach it to tap it into the net. But Bath now know that Torquay United can and will create, so they'll need to be a little bit careful there.
I agree. Torquay fans just put a bit of pressure on the ref because there's a bit slight time wasting going on from Bath.
Yeah, I wonder.
What you expect. That's what I'd tell you, Paul. There's 2 spiders in our commentary box, right, and one's disappeared. So if I get distracted in this game, that's why.
Are you not like spiders?
No, not a big fan.
Okay, alright. I've not seen them yet, Sam, but I shall remove them if I find them.
You focus on the game. I'll deal with the situation.
Unless, of course, they're tarantulas and stuff, then you're on your own, mate.
It's that, mate.
Alright, okay.
Nice.
He's went for a walk.
Yeah, the thing is, with Torquay, if this goes on for another 20 minutes, Playmore will start to get a little bit restless. Because, again, it's not, I won't call it a slow start, but we're not asserting ourselves on this game enough.
Yeah.
It just puts pressure in the second half of it, but I get the game plan.
It's a throw in from Bath. It breaks nicely for them. Ball trying to come in, but Dyer again doing pretty well there. Finds Jordan Young, but immediately surrounded by people, and Dyer again forced to go long. Zinzala and Parcell mixing for that. Parcell gets it. Jenkins Davis almost takes it down, but that's a real strong challenge there by Tilson. A fair challenge, I hasten to add, and Bath will now are trying down their right hand side, trying to gain some ground. Comes to range, but a good interception there by the backtracking Fulston, and now Torquay right through. Hayfield can break forward. 4 against 3 in Bath's favour here, but Hayfield coming up towards the left edge of the box, goes past his man, or tries to go. Can he get a low cross in? He can. It's straight into the arms of Wells Richardson, and Bath survived that one. Just a reminder today that at 5:30 Nigel Walrond and John Lockyer will be bringing you Bristol Bears versus Exeter Chiefs from Ashton Gate. It's on all frequencies, including BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. Please stay tuned to us for that one. The boys in the studio have got another long day, but it's a day where, apart from Plymouth Argyle, all our local teams are playing. And as I said, 5:30 from Ashton Gate, Bristol Bears versus Exeter Chiefs. And I don't know if you know, Sam, but one of our chairmen, Mr. Westcott, is a Bristol Bears fan, so I'm sure he'll be tuning in for that one as well.
Ashton Gate still terrifies me.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was thinking that couldn't be his worst nightmare, couldn't it? If his team lose to Exeter at Ashton Gate, he'll probably go home and lock himself in a cupboard for a few days. As Hammond's clearance goes harmlessly out.
Puts his head in his hands, starts to get frustrated at the lack of pace.
Yeah.
And then James Hayden's just put it right off the throw under no pressure.
While we're waiting on the throw-in, Sam, I had a couple of visitors up to the commentary booth earlier today. Today's mascots, 2 young men, one, I kid you not, by the name of Charlie Brown, and the other one called Monty Peplow. They are the mascots today here at Plainmoor. They don't come every week, they do sometimes tune in and listen to us. So good afternoon to those young men and their families, and I hope they're having a great day here at Plainmoor, and let's hope that their heroes in yellow and blue can find a win to cheer them on their way. But as I said, 18 minutes just about played here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Bath City 0. I think Bath City possibly give the impression that they're on top a little bit, but by far the best chances came for the home side. Sam, is that a fair assessment?
I agree. You need to change it up a bit, really, don't you? Just need to get the ball to Zinzala's feet, Jordan Young's feet. Just need to improve. Paul Watton's not happy.
I think for me, Sam, in my very limited knowledge of the game, I think because they've got the 5 in midfield, as I say, Clark and Roos, I believe it is, who do support when they're on the front foot, they're back to stifle up that midfield, and sometimes it's 5 against 3, and that is surely a foul yet again by Greenslade. So let's see if the referee will keep his word. 2 hands wrapped around him, he's just going to have another word with him. Matt J pointing out, you've already said you're going to book him. So the referee, going over today's referee, Mr. Ben Robinson, is going to allow Greenslade another one. I think that's his third foul already. Sam, one of them.
Two of them are just cynical, especially.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he is getting away with it there. You can hear what the Torquay United fans think of that one.
I don't like card after rest.
But we do like consistency at the same time, Sam. And it was right in front of us. We could clearly see him saying, "Watch yourself, do it again," and whatever. But as it is, it's a free kick, 6-7 yards in from the right touchline, down here at Bristol's bench, which Jordan Young will take. Everybody about 22 yards from goal. Here comes the diagonal one. It's headed away by a Bath player, and just tipped away there, just about by Alves, but only to Krask, who now finds Matt Jay in the deeper position. Jay will try an intricate pass, but again, Bath just seem to have an extra player on the park at the moment, and it comes forward looking for Clark, but Threlkeld does what he's in the team to do. He just mops up and heads it out for a throw-in, which Greenslade will take. I think Torquay United fans will start booing every time Greenslade gets a ball soon if he doesn't pick up a yellow for his next foul, but Tilson eventually just strokes it back through goalkeeper Harvey Wiles-Richards. 19.5 coming on 20 minutes gone here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon Sport, and it is Torquay United 0, Bath City 0. Krask almost beaten to it there by, again, Roos, who's been quite busy as well. Bath punting it forward. Is that going to be a free kick to Bath? It is. Well, Beardsmore got in front of Threlkeld there. Do you think that was a free kick there, Sam?
I'm not too sure. There has been contact though.
I think he played for it personally. I think he looked over his shoulder.
Both had the eyes to the ball, and unfortunately I think it was a bit of a tangle.
Well, the bad news for Torquay, it's a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. It's about 21-22 yards from goal, midway between the penalty spot and the edge of the box. I've got a feeling this will be a left-footed shot of some denomination on here. Torquay lining up their wall just inside the box. The referee will be forcing them back at least 4 yards, I think, Sam. Here he goes with his stand out.
Already the subs are warming up for Torquay.
Yeah, he's brought them back, so the Torquay Torquay wall, I beg your pardon, almost on line with the penalty spot. It is to the left of James Hammond as he looks at it. From the angle we can see, he's pretty much taking the centre of the goal, but it's going to be Clark, and he is going to leave it to, I think it's Alves there. I can't see his number, it's on his shots. I think Alves is going to be the man that takes this. I fancy he's going to have an attempt on goal. Now here comes a left-footed free kick, but it hits straight into the wall. Good defended by Torquay. It will break back to Roos. He'll play it forward, and Torquay United can eventually get it clear, but with having nobody up there to challenge Greenslade, and the Torquay fans are starting booing him, which I think's a good idea. That's nowhere near out. Oh, he's offside. I thought he was given that as a throw-in. No, it wasn't even close to being out. It's a free kick for offside. And Torquay United, I'll say, we've got a chance to relieve the pressure's probably a little bit too adventurous, Sam, but let's have a look. Any scores: Slough 1, Enfield 0, Hemel 1, Aveley 0. I think we'll be losing Aveley this season, Weymouth as well probably, although another little quirk of National League South I noticed, Sam. On Tuesday night, St Albans played at home. They did get a win, and it was the first of 5 consecutive home games they've got, so even though they're a bit detached at the bottom, they've got a decent chance. They're at home to Hornchurch today, a decent side, but they've got a chance to string some points together, so they're 12 before today, 12 behind Bath, but I don't think Bath will get brought into it, but Salisbury and Enfield certainly not clear of safety. As Finn Krask will take a throw-in midway inside his own half down this right hand side, and he will look for Zanzala. Again, Greenslade wrapped his arm round him, then it comes off the hand of Clark. The referee couldn't see it, to be fair. I don't think it now comes to Clark again, but he's going to be forced back the way he does well now. That's a ridiculous decision there. Jenkins Davis, Sam, that literally, we'd asked to see that better. We've got a better view than that any camera would. There is no way I thought that was a free kick, absolutely no way. Jenkins Davis clearly gets the ball. Clark's impact took him in, clashes into Jenkins Davis, and the referee awards, in my opinion, a really, really cheap free kick. Tonbridge 1, Chelmsford 1, another score from the National League South.
It's a bit of a sore one, it's not a foul.
Absolutely no way. It was a foul. He clearly got the ball. It wasn't even like he got the ball and then followed through and hammered him or whatever sort of thing. It was It's a poor decision by the referee, in my opinion. As the ball comes into the Torquay box, as a Bath head it gets it, but Zanzala clears it away. Jordan Young needs to be careful, does well enough, Jordan Young, and he gets a throw in for his side. Lincoln City 0, Exeter 0, 24 minutes gone at Lincoln. I don't know if it's still called Sinsel Bank, it used to be many years ago. The LNER Stadium these days. Showing my age there, Sam.
Yeah.
As again, Greenslade has got his arms. This is ridiculous, referee. You really need to get on top of that. As a good ball from Hayfield finds Fulston just inside the Bath half down the left hand side, but Fulston comes back inside, finds Will Jenkins Davis. United got a few men up in this move. Fulston takes it back off Jenkins Davis, but they confuse each other, and now Clark will try and come forward for Bath, and not only try, but he does come forward. Good backtracking though there by Will Jenkins Davis, allowing Fulston a chance to regain his position, and eventually Jordan Dyer intercepts an attempted through ball. Then his attempted through ball is intercepted, and it will go out harmlessly for a goal kick for Torquay. 24.5 gone here at Plainmoor. United 0, Bath City 0. It's not been a classic so far, Sam. I think would be a fair comment.
I have this conversation sometimes when I'm doing the summarising. I always see the game a little bit better than it is, because you're like constantly thinking a bit more into it. If I was a fan right now, I'd be like in the pop side, I'd be a lot more frustrated than I am now.
Yeah, agreed.
It's just not good, to be honest.
Not so far. I'll be honest, Sam, this is kind of the game I was half expecting without wishing to sound smug. As yet another one, Jordan Young. Surely a referee's going to pull that back for a foul. He doesn't. Another push in the back of a Torquay player goes unpunished, and now Bath will come forward as the ball goes down the channel looking for the support and run of Alves, but it's too long. And I'll tell you one thing you're saying about the Torquay fans being frustrated, Sam, they're going to be frustrated with this referee if he doesn't start pulling up these niggly fouls.
I agree. But again, my one criticism of Torquay this season, how we set up, is that we're just too scared to lose at times, to go and win a league, and it just. And again today, like, we set up all right, and if we come out here with a 1-0 win, who cares? But again, it's just we haven't worked the opposition keeper, we haven't got the creative players into the ball.
Exactly.
Again, sorry, and on the ball.
Well, Zanzala shot again. He's going to need about 4 shots today, because they've all been pulled off his back. Again, as the long ball's cleared, but it will come a Bath way. I wouldn't say they're mastering the dark arts, as it were, but Dreher out jumped there by Fisher, but unfortunately for Torquay, nobody on the receiving end of it. But again, Hammond's ball was not the best one.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, he's thrown it out to Krask, who's got one around him and one closing him down, but United again giving it away, and Fisher picks it up. Krask then nips him, and he gets a quick free kick, which the referee allows him to take, and now Clark is down the left hand side. He's looking to come back, he's going to go wide. Can he get his cross in? It's a low one. Threlkeld gets a header away. It'll only come to Greenslade, 25 yards from goal on the left hand side. He finds Clark again. Clark trying to go by the whole team here, claiming he's fouled there, but you're not getting it for that, son. And Jordan Young will clear looking for Zanzala. He gets in front of Parcell. If Zanzala can bring us down, which he can. Again, Zanzala fouled, this time by Tilson. The referee's got to start taking control of this game a little bit for me, Sam.
I didn't think that was a foul, honestly.
Did you not?
Always doing. No, Zanzala did well there, but good hold up play. But
I thought he clipped him a little bit, but it's every time Torquay go long, you can literally see the shot off of Zanzala's back, usually between a foot and 2 feet away from him.
It's locked his knee.
Yeah, and I actually think he took a wee kick on that leg that he's shaking about there, Sam.
I think he'll be right, but this.
I didn't run through the substitutes. I'll do that for you now. Lyric Hassani, Omar Musa, Ed Palmer. The important one for this particular moment, Cody Cook, and of course Jordan Thomas. And on the bench for the visitors is Jack Batten, Elliot Freer, Louis Sweeten, Jesse and Wabze, excuse my pronunciation, and Martin Horsell. But Zanzala down there, I'm hoping that's just an impact knock. As I said, Sam, you may be right, but I thought he did take a little bit of a kick on it. But the physio out there moving his leg, and this is not looking too promising, to be honest, actually, Sam. I've got a feeling that Zanzala might be given a couple of minutes to try and run it off, but so far his total contribution to the game, in my opinion, has been on the receiving end of fouls.
Yeah, I agree. So we need to start using these set pieces when this game gets in the way as well. Yeah, it's not looking great, is it?
St Albans 0, Hornchurch 1, Tonbridge 1, Chelmsford 1, Hemel 1, Aveley 0. Aveley, sadly for them, look like they are in no man's land now. They've got very little chance of coming out of it. Of course, Torquay United going there in the not too distant. Zanzala is back on his feet. There is a break in play here. he's going to wander off, but yeah, he's looking like he can put his full weight on it, Sam. Let's hope so from a Torquay United point of view. But physio out there with him. I think Paul Watkins, I don't think he's coming up to ask him, are you all right? There's the doctor's there as well, actually, but as it stands, it's going to be a Will Jenkins-Davis ball dinked up into the edge of the box. Up go the heads. It's won by a Bath head this time, and the clearance away over to the halfway line will find Krask on his own. He does well to feed Jenkins-Davis on his right hand side. Jenkins-Davis dinks up towards the edge of the box. Nobody offside there. Can it break to a Torquay player? It breaks to Dan Hayfield, and his low shot takes a little bit of deflection and goes wide. And after 29 here at Plainmoor, Torquay United have a corner from their left hand side.
Without sounding like a broken record, that's just Torquay putting the ball into the box, and then a chance comes from the second phase of that attack. That's all you need to do at times in football. Get it in the mixer. But we finally did. They won the first set. It was a nice strike by Hayfield. I think it was always going wide without a deflection.
Yeah, so they are.
But you're going to get something like that.
Yeah. The crowd asking a question there, which I'm sure you can hear, but it's going to be the left footer Jordan Young from the left hand side to take this corner. Jenkins-Davis comes low. It's going to be Ray Fulton, but he mishits it. It was a training ground one. It worked perfectly, except Fulton couldn't get on it. It's going to come back to Jordan Young, dinks it across the box, cleared out again. Torquay United have a throw in, and at last they're beginning to build a bit of pressure, but a big chance for Fulton there, I felt, Sam.
He was. He had all the space in the penalty box. He just didn't connect to it properly.
Absolutely.
He probably was almost surprised how much space he had, to be honest, and he just took his concentrate enough.
Here comes Krask, finds Fulton on the left hand side. Again, Fulton looking for it, but well intercepted there by Rains. And Torquay United, 25 yards from goal down the left hand side, have another throw in, which will be taken by Fulton. Swap Fulton for Carson there, and I think Torquay are ahead, to be honest, Sam. But obviously Fulton brings different attributes to the party, so to speak, so not overly critical. And here's he got a chance to drive into the box, which he's going to try and take. Fulton, can he get the cross? No, he can't, but he can win his side the corner. Dunby will do it all again. It's going to be Jenkins-Davis this time. And he will take it right-footed. United have got everybody bar Finlay, Krask up, Matt Jay and Dan Hayfield on the edge of the box. Jordan Dyers and Zala, Fulton, Dreyer all in there. Here comes a right-footed corner from Jenkins-Davis. It's just under the keeper, but it's too close to him. Straight into his hands. 31 gone here in BBC Radio Devon Sport. United 0, Bath 0.
Work out who's got the ball from the booze, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, there's your friend now. An attempted cross comes in, but Hayfield. The area's been secured, Sam, is all I'm going to say there.
What a waste. Come on, James.
Yeah.
Come on, James. Paul White looks at the skies again. James Hayman is one of his best attributes, especially at Dorking last week. His distribution's fantastic, but he just completely overhit that.
Yeah.
Comfortably into the keeper's arms.
I think I have to give a little bit of credit to Bath, not specifically for that one, but they're making sure that James Hammond's got nowhere to aim for, so to speak. But again, as I said, as a half goes on, Jordan Dyer goes in there, the referee deems that fair. Jordan Young picks it up again, pulled again by Greenslade, but no foul given. So then here comes Fulton down the left hand side. Zinzala makes a run into the box. Fulton delays it again. Zinzala's shot clearly being pulled there, and I don't see why the linesman can't see it. It goes out for a goal kick. Zinzala maybe perhaps played for that a little bit in the end, but again the pull on the shot, Sam, and apologies to the listeners if you heard me sneezing there. I did try to mute it.
Yeah, I've got a tickly cough as well, Paul, but between us we're fine. But that was a really lovely play. The first time I've seen Zinzala get on the ball, he's got a lovely touch, just a flick. Jay Folston around the defender. Jay Folston hesitated a bit, overhit the pass a little bit, and he was being pulled, but the pass gave him an awful lot to do, and he just tried to.
It was. I think, though, fair to say, Sam, that last 5-10 minutes, Torquay have certainly been threatening to ask questions, if not directly asking on Bath again for all their neat play in their possession. As it stands, not created a huge amount. As Clark strokes it back to ex-Gull Ollie Tomlinson, he will look to go long. Fisher and Dyer go up there. Dyer times that well. Hayfield, good decent little knockdown, but again Bath just through sheer numbers pick up possession. Here it now comes to Tilson, I beg your pardon, and he will find Rains on that right hand side. He strokes it back to Alves. He was trying to come in on the left foot. United again allowing Bath possession, shall we say, but now it's coming closer to their own box. That's dinked through, but it's just dinked a little bit too hard. James Hammond will have it. He's again obviously under instruction to play it early, but I think Hammond's read that well there, to be honest. Didn't give it to Krask this time. And Torquay through Dreer on the left hand side will try and build Fulston in support just inside his own half. There's a few runners in front of them, one Jay, one being Will Jenkins-Davis, but United decide to go short. Now it's a longer one looking for Jenkins-Davis, but the Bath player, who I think is Tomlinson out there, is it? Yeah. He gets in and concedes a throw in, which Fulston will take down the left hand side quickly to Jenkins-Davis. Now Jenkins-Davis trying to bust through a couple of men, but he immediately surrounded. Bath's off the ball work, has to be said, is good. Threlkeld now finds Jenkins-Davis again. He's got a little bit of space, but immediately closed down again. And for some reason, as Sam suggested, the impetus in Torquay isn't really there so far today. Jordan Young now has it. He's going to try and get past his man. He does get past his man. He comes back inside. He finds Hayfield. He dummies it. It's going to come to Krask on the right edge of the box. Low one across by Krask, but cleared away by Bath. And Torquay have a throw in 20 yards from goal. Should Krask have shot there, do you think, Sam?
I think he should, actually, but it's nice football, nice passing.
Yeah, it was.
Just giving Jordan Young a bit of time on the ball.
Krask has it again on the right hand side, does really well to get past his man, but then Greenslade comes across like a steam train, slides in. United have another throw in, which will be taken by Krask 15 yards from goal down the right hand side here at Bristol's bench. 35 minutes just gone here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Torquay United 0, Bath City 0 in this West Country rivalry. And Jordan Young looks like he's had a haircut this week, by the way. It's he has lost possession, but he has won his side a throw in. The Bath management thinking that should be their way. Nobody in a huge hurry there. The Bath assistant manager knew the ball was coming and ducked out the way of it, but it will be Krask again. Everybody inside the Bath half. The referee telling Krask not to steal any more yards, so he's looking for movement, but Bath again has got everybody back. And no free men for Torquay, so it goes towards Nzala, who yet again's been held by Greenslade. Jordan Young and Krask trying to win it between them. Krask gets by one, then another one's Nzala. Well, he tried to play it to Jordan Young, but Krask's momentum took him into it. I don't think he meant to play that. It goes out harmless for a goal kick. 36 gone, Sam. I think we'll file this one so far under not a classic.
I mean, that's one way of putting it, yeah. Mason, I've got 1-0 up at Hampton Richmond as well in other games in the promotion battle, but yes, I agree. I just feel hopefully the second half will open up for Torquay as Bath tire, but Bath had a couple half chances, but their final ball so far, luckily for Torquay, has been very poor. Torquay's do show a little bit more quality and intent when we do finally get going, but they're winning the battle of midfield.
I did say to Paul in the pre-match that I believe this is a day when a piece, it might be a set piece or something, but I think a bit of quality from a Matt Jay or a Jordan Young or maybe even a Jenkins-Davis could decide this one. I was expecting a tight game, Sam. I know I'm sounding smug saying that now that we're 37 minutes deep, but it has played out a little bit as I was expecting, if I'm honest, as Fisher receives a throw in and gives it away, but Jenkins-Davis immediately runs into a player. Now Bath, with quite a few forward in this move, can come forward, and Clark just can't control that. I thought for a split second he was offside. He wasn't. And as Sam said, there's not really too many goals that affect the top of the table, bar that Maidstone one. Lee has put them in the lead after 33 minutes for the teams at the top, that is I'm talking about, and now Jordan Young picks it up in his own half, dinks it towards Jay Fulston, and Fulston needs to get the afterburners on, but he doesn't. He just comes back looking for movement. Jordan Young's got it back, but truthfully, Fulston's shown his limitations at left back a little bit in an attacking sense today, I feel, Sam.
There's no options for him though, this is the problem.
Yeah, fair point.
There's not enough expression.
Dreyer dinks it forward down that left hand side. Fulston will try and get in front of his man there, Range, but Range just lets that go out and deep into their own half. Bath will have a throw in. Just a reminder, the rugby Bristol Bears Resurrectors Chiefs on all frequencies from 5:30. Please stay tuned for that one here on BBC Radio Devon Sport, as Bath's throw in just goes aimlessly to Dreyer, who dinks it forwards, and Zala lets it fall but can't control it, I'm afraid, and eventually Range will just knock it upfield, and Dyer will allow that to go all the way through to Hammond. We've got 7 minutes of the first half left. Torquay United now, Bath City now, and immediately
scores.
Yep.
winning 1 Worthing 0.
Oh, is it?
And Maidstone are 2-0 up as well now.
It is indeed. 36 minutes. That's handy.
I'm sure. Late tackle on split 50-50, but it was late on Jay Forson. He was remained down. The ref hasn't done it.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised actually that Dean Moxey never made the bench, because obviously Carson's away, as we know, Sam, with Northern Ireland, which don't start me on that.
Left back, wouldn't it?
And if Fulston just coming back from an injury, if he picks up a knock or whatever, there's not really an option there. In truth,
he's looking a lot painful, so this is very worrying. It's bad. This is completely late. This ref is just.
Well, the crowd there, I don't know if Mike's picked it up, Sam. You don't know what you're doing. Was it the charging? I'll be honest, I feel he's let a lot of little niggly fouls go, and truthfully, without wishing to sound biased, I think he's let a lot of them go in Bath's favour. He's pulled Torquay up for a couple, but he seems to be a ref that wants to play the game. But Zinzala in particular for Torquay has been impeded time after time after time by Greenslade. The referee gave him a warning. He committed a foul 2 minutes later. He let that one go. He's got his hands all over him all the time. Not just Greenslade, but mainly him, to be fair. And I think Torquay, in my opinion, Sam, as I say, the dark arts, whatever we want to call it, game management, as Bath come over for a little tete-a-tete with their manager. I think Torquay need to get in the referee's ears a little bit more, but
yeah, there's not much protection for our players out there. Truro have gone 1-0 up against Salisbury as well.
They have. Well,
still down.
I see last week when they played, I actually watched the highlights of that one, Sam, Enfield versus Truro, and it was all Tyler Harvey scored twice. There were 2 penalties. You'd be absolutely fuming if you got given against you, to be honest with you. They're kind of, excuse my Scottish expression, but a stramash in a box on both of them. The referee somehow managed to see through about 5 players and point to the spot, and then of course Enfield got one back and then scored twice, 94 and 97 minutes or something like that. So even though people say no, Truro were dominating, whatever, I'm not really sure that was the case there. Enfield, a team who started the season poorly, got even worse, and then adjusted to the level. I think they went through a phase where they lost a lot of players.
Players, didn't they?
Yeah.
They got around.
And then they've got a few, and I actually did say at the beginning of the season, I thought for a lot of the teams that come up, it takes time to adjust and then they get there, but fair play to Enfield, they've put some really decent runs together. But as you said, the results that Torquay are more interested in is Welling 1, Worthing 0, a 36-minute strike, I don't know from who.
Bolston's limped, he don't look happy. Not making the sub yet, but it's nice as well.
Truro 1, Salisbury 0, as Sam mentioned. Maidstone 2-0 up. Not really sure Maidstone are in the equation, to be perfectly honest, anymore, but as I said to somebody before we come on air, Sam, if Torquay do end up in the playoffs, the only team I want to avoid is Maidstone, because they are just an absolute jinx to Torquay. Torquay could sign peak Ronaldo, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, etc., and Maidstone would come and win 1-0. That's but as it stands, we're still waiting on play to restart, which has just started from a throw into Torquay. But the ball is in United's half as Bath again think it forward this time. Dyer just reads that and almost misread it actually, but he atones for his error and gets it clear, and Bath will have a throw in. It's not, as I said, Sam, not a classic, is certainly fair, and I think that little break and play there suited the visitors, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's just another stoppage for Torquay, don't need.
Bath again trying to come forward. That's a decent little ball, but Hayfield will read that easily enough. United should have enough players over there, Fulston being one of them.
Good news that Fulston's okay.
His clearance, and then Zinzala gets a little flick at Jenkins-Davis. Now if he can find support, United could get in here, but he's just again outnumbered and outmuscled by Ollie Tomlinson, and Bath pick it up. He had to play it first time, but I think to be fair to Jenkins-Davis there, Sam, it would have been difficult to play an accurate ball.
He couldn't control it, could he?
No, he just couldn't get it under control or whatever. It'd be difficult. It's
starting to get a frustrating play mode now, which is not what we need. We need to perhaps think so back onto a few places of play to get play more behind, get play more bouncing. That puts fear into the opposition, but I feel like I've said that enough times this season. That's what it is. Again,
Bath try to dink it forward. Has Fisher went offside there? I think he has. Yes, he has. not by much, and then Clark tries to be smart and put the cross into the net and misses a sitter from open goal, but it wouldn't have counted anyway, so he will be reasonably happy to see the flag there. Still Boreham 0, Dorking 0. We have played 43.5 minutes here at Plainmoor as some of the fans head towards the food booths, I think, or the toilets. But I've got a feeling there'll be a little bit of extra time here as Jordan Young picks up and he's going to try a wild shot, Jordan Young, but it's nowhere near the goal. Zinzala got in front of his man, found Jordan Young. I thought he should have broke into the box there, Sam, but easy to say from here, and his shot is up high and not too handsome.
Well, it's a terrible shot. I'm always going to want the players to express themselves and hit that. I just want to say, actually, Zinzala is growing into the game, and that's about 3 or 4 times now he's won a quality flick on, and it's gone to a Torquay man. So he's coming into the game, but I just remember why the keeper. It's the opposition keepers as well.
I think in terms of his all-round play, in my opinion, Sam Zinzala's a fairly decent upgrade on Cook, but I still fancy that Cook would arguably score more goals. And he's kind of proved it throughout his career. Zinzala's goal return is not overly impressive as Fulston allows himself to be pressed deep right into his own corner there, and his clearance is headed just about by Matt Jane, who can Torquay pick up. They can through Matt Jay, and again a tackle comes in. The referee's given a free kick. He did get the ball, but he did go through Jay to get the ball. I think he's feeling a little bit hard done by then, Beardsmore.
Frustrating thing is we've got a player who stands to the Matt Jay and we haven't got the game at all.
Yeah. Well, I think the referee having a wee word there with Fisher and Threlkeld, that is, for some bizarre reason. But Beardsmore, I don't deny he got his foot on the ball here, Sam, but I think the referee deemed that he went through Jay a little bit too much to make that happen, and as in he fouled him before he got the ball. But Hammond just strokes it across the Dyer. There's going to be just the 3 minutes. I thought it would be at least that, to be honest with you, as Torquay United look to see if they can find a breakthrough as Dyer takes a chance coming out of defence and eventually gives the ball away. And if Bath can get this moving quickly, which they can't really, they had a chance. Clark trying to turn, Jenkins Davis reads it, Clark clearly pulls him back. How many of these little short tugs off the ball are we going to see and going to let them away with? I do not know.
We need to be up for it though. I don't have any problem against Bath playing like it. We just need to match them with it. Bring the quality of our team in to override it.
Yep.
A little bit, not soft, but a little bit naive at times. It's improved the last couple of minutes, but it's a good chance to get the ball in the box. Well, come on.
I think the story of this half, Sam, would be Bath at least given as good as they've got. Any chances or the better chances clearly in Torquay's favour, but both goalkeeper not really concerned, as here comes a good strong run by Beardsmore, keeps possession, gets it to Clark, that's now cleared by Torquay, but only as far as Parcell, who again trying to clear it up, it goes long. Dreer's going to be met by Fisher, it's a push by Fisher in his back, and again another niggly foul by Bath. And again, well, this is what I like to see, because there's Hayfield going to a referee and saying, how many of these are you going to let go, sort of thing, like, you know. I don't want to portray, I don't want to be unfair, Sam, and say that Bath have come here to kick lumps out of Torquay, but they're certainly come here, they're not going to let anything go cheaply, are they? And the amount of little niggly fouls and shot pulls, as Hammond clears deep into the Bath half. Zinzala and Tomlinson will jump for that. None of them really win it clearly. Hayfield nods it on. Hayfield might pick it up again. It still can't break a Torquay way, and Bath just unceremoniously clear it upfield. James Hammond will come out a goal, just needs to be careful here. He is careful, his long clearance goes into the Bath half, and Zinzala come back from offside. No, he didn't, but it's headed away, and Dreer, we've played 2 minutes now. Dreer's long diagonal is a brilliant one to find Matt Jay, but again immediately closed down. Good little reverse ball by Jay. Jenkins Davis trying to get in front of his man, but good defending there in fairness by Tilson and Tomlinson.
They've done very well, Bath.
Yep, they have indeed. And now Threlkeld finds Dreer just inside the Bath half. Can United find that 1 minute, one chance just before half time? Zinzala again, but he can't control it, and then Bath almost give it away, and then a just clearance into nowhere. As we may be joined by the extra listeners, I'm not entirely sure. If you are, good afternoon. Torquay United 0, Bath City 0. We're about 20 seconds from the break here, and it's going to be a throw-in in front of the Torquay United dugout, which will be taken by Finn Crask. I've got a feeling this will be the last action of a fairly uneventful first half, as again, well, Yeah, there goes a half-time whistle as Bath were looking for a free kick there, but it's been a pretty dull affair. And at half-time, Sam Swan, it was Torquay United 0, Bath City 0.
Yeah, very disappointing from a Torquay point of view, even though Bath have come in and doing the job very well. We're not showing our quality enough. We're not getting the ball into midfield, not getting Matt J, Young into the game enough. It could all work if we start getting the sort of play in the second half, but right now it's not too pretty at all, is it?
No, it's not. As I said, it's not a classic, but it's one of them, Sam. I think it will be a moment of quality, but for any chances we did have in the first half, it was Dyer just after 14 minutes mishit a shot when he perhaps could have done better. He shot a long goal, Dreyer couldn't connect, a low shot from Hayfield went wide, and then probably the best chance of the match was Filson's missed kick from a corner. We'll be back for full live commentary the second half here at Plainmoor, but at half time, Torquay United 0, Bath City 0, and as I said, Sam, what do you think would be Paul Watton's instructions in the dressing room?
Just believe more, honestly, just get into them a bit more. We're starting to in the end of that sort of first half, but in the midfield just a bit more bite, a little bit more belief, just move the ball a bit faster, more movement off the ball, just get the ball in spots and get some more shots in. You know, we're just making our work out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, we will be back for full live commentary in the second half. Please join us for that. Half time, United 0, Bath 0.
We've got loads of farmers. Surely we'd be all right here.
We need our farmers, we need them to be producing food, and that's become more and more difficult industry in recent years.
Weekend breakfast
with Mel Osborne.
All of their friends watching it and me desperately trying to get a glimpse.
I think there will be a lot of people that can relate to that, just having to get glimpses when they went to somebody else's house.
Saturday and Sunday mornings from 6.
Narky Knickers isn't the only animal you've got with an amusing name, I gather.
Oh my gosh, I got Sassy Knickers.
Sensing a theme.
BBC Radio Devon. BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
with James Vickery.
OK, we're at half-time then in our 3 o'clock games, and we have no goals to tell you about for Exeter City or Lincoln or Torquay United against Bath. I think this half-time roundup might be one of the quickest ever. Let's find out a little bit more detail about what's going on in the games, though. Let's start in League One. Exeter away against Lincoln at Sincil Bank. Anthony Waring, what's been occurring?
Yeah, it might well be very quick, this roundup, James, as you say. 0-0 at the break. Chances very few and far between. In fact, the only real chance we had in that first half fell the way of Lincoln right on the half-time whistle when Tom Bayliss found himself unmarked inside the 6-yard box and headed off the bar from a Rico Hackett cross from the left-hand side. That's the closest we've come to a goal. That's the only real chance we've had in that first half. Other talking points: Exeter perhaps maybe very lucky not to have a penalty awarded against him very early on. A cross from Jeffries on the left hand side looked like it was handled by McMillan as he slid in to stop the cross. His arm was in a very unnatural position, but the referee saw no handball but did award Lincoln a corner. The other talking point has been Josh McGuinness, because he's been booked in that first half for dissent. One of 3 City players to see yellow in this first period, but since that yellow card he's also got under the skin of the referee a couple of times, giving away a few free kicks, and the Lincoln fans have been baying for blood against McGuinness in that first period. Hopefully City can get themselves going from an attacking point of view in the second period, and hopefully come the end of this game we'll have some City chances to talk about and hopefully some goals to go with it. But at the break it's goalless. Lincoln 0, Exeter City 0.
Thank you, Anthony. Really interesting football, isn't it? Exeter played so well away against Rotherham last week at the New York Stadium, and they had so many chances in the first half, and today absolutely nothing. It's strange, isn't it? And well, I guess that's why we come back week in, week out, because we just don't know what's going to happen. Let's go to Plainmoor. Torquay United at home against Bath City. No goals here, Paul Mulhern. What's been happening? Has it been an entertaining 0-0 or a ball fest so far?
Well, unfortunately, James, it's the latter option. I'm feeling Anthony's pain there, actually. He sounds he's watching a classic as well. But it's been a game, I kind of anticipated this game, if I'm honest, James. Bath have come, they've really stiffened up their team in general. They're playing a 4-5-1 off the ball. They're outnumbering Torquay United in midfield. and truthfully I think they've probably had more possession, but I've literally not got a single chance that they've created in my notebook, so I'm not really sure what they're aiming for. If it was 0-0 then they're doing what they came for, but perhaps they need to be a little bit more adventurous. Paul Watton though will be very disappointed with his side, as my colleague Sam Swan said repeatedly through the half-time, through the first half, I beg your pardon. Torquay are just lacking that little bit of quality, but for any chances we did have, probably after 14 minutes, James, Jordan Dyer found himself free at the back post on the edge of the 6-yard box. He swung his right foot at it, but rather than putting it goalwards, put it across. Sam Dreher couldn't slide in and tap it into the empty net. 29 minutes gone, Dan Hayfield found space about 23 yards from goal, and his low right foot shot took a deflection on the way. Truthfully, I don't even think it was going in, but for me the big chance came a minute later as a training ground corner for Torquay United. A Jordan Young short corner found Jay Fulston in the box about 10 yards from goal level with the left post, and rather than rifling it into the net, or at least on target, he mishit the ball and Bath managed to clear it. I don't think Torquay will be overly impressed with Bath's dark arts, if you like, James. A lot of little shot pulls and so on and so forth, but they've got to do what they've got to do. It's a bit of a bore first here in truth, but half time it's United 0, Bath 0.
Alright Paul, thank you very much. Yeah, I think our commentators Paul and Anthony along with Sam Swan and John Beer have got their work cut out a little bit this afternoon to bring us some entertainment, or at least make it sound entertaining. They're doing their very best. Right, let's go to League One. Of course, no games in the Premier League or the Championship. It's an international weekend. A handful of games in League One. Cambridge United lead at Barnsley by 1-0. Crawley 1, Bristol Rovers 0 today on the South Coast. 0-0 between Lincoln and Exeter, as we know. Northampton are behind at home against Blackpool. It's Northampton 0, Blackpool 1. Peterborough United 2-0 up against Charlton Athletic at London Road. And Wrexham leads Stockport County by 1-0. In League 2, in the lunchtime game, it finished Notts County 0, Crewe Alexandra 0. In the 3 o'clock matches, it's half-time. AFC Wimbledon 0, Barrow 0, Bradford City 2, Colchester United 1, Carlisle United 1, Bromley 1, Cheltenham 0, Milton Keynes Dons 1. No goals in any of the other games. That's Fleetwood against Tranmere, Gillingham against Walsall, Grimsby against Newport County, Port Vale against Morecambe, Swindon against Accrington are all goalless right now. Highlights tonight on that highlight show are going to be very short. And in National League South half-times, Borehamwood 0, Dorking 0. More 0-0s. Chippenham against Weymouth, no goals. Eastbourne Borough against Farnborough, no goals. Torquay against Bath, goalless, as is Weston-super-Mare against Chesham United. We do have goals elsewhere though, hurrah! Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Maidstone United 2, Hemel Hempstead 1, Averley 0, Slough 1, Enfield 0, St Albans 0, Hornchurch 1, Tonbridge Angels 1, Chelmsford City 1, Truro City are 1-0 up against Salisbury in Cornwall, and Welling United 1, Worthing 0 in National League South. We're in Barnstaple today, keeping an eye on what's going on there in North Devon for Barnstaple Town this afternoon, and their match at home against Portishead. Half-time, Peter Smith.
Half-time at Mill Road. It's Barnstaple Town 1, Portishead Town 0. Against the run of play, Barnstaple took the lead with their only shot on goal on 39 minutes. Josh Parry got away on the right-hand side and finished well past the keeper. It's been a lively game. Portishead's speedy strikers a real handful for the Barnstaple defence. Ethan Feltham shot over after just 39 seconds. He also missed a great opportunity, failing to reach a ball skidding across the goal line at full stretch. Barnstaple plenty of attacking intent, frustrated by strong defending. Dan Jenkins went 1-1 with the Portishead keeper, but appeared to be bundled over. Nothing given. Stu Barker's physical presence earned him a booking, and he's been in the referee's ear ever since, risking a second yellow card. It's a great atmosphere with plenty of travelling support from Portishead. Their drummer trying to outdo Barham's one. Could Barnstaple bring an end to Portishead's 11-match winning run? So far, so good. Barnstaple Town 1, Portishead Town 0.
Thank you very much, Peter, as we celebrate Non-League Day here on BBC Radio Devon. And coming up after the football, we've got commentary on the whole of the Exeter Chiefs and their shortest trip of the season to Bristol tonight. And after last weekend's Premiership Rugby Cup final defeat at home to Bath, we've been talking to Chiefs Director of Rugby, Rob Baxter.
I'm disappointed by the outcome. Obviously, getting to finals is important. And I know I know a lot of people are looking and go, oh yeah, well, Exeter picked a stronger team, and this was, but that was however you want to dress it up. That was still the first final for nearly all those guys, and that's the truth. Now, whatever you want to put it, well, you can go, well, it's a Premiership Cup final. It's just, Dean Munn was a multi-international when he came to this club when we first won our first Premiership Cup. Well, then it was the LV Cup. He'd never won a trophy at club level, and I think at club or international level, it meant a lot to him. And I think that's why we view every year of it in a slightly different way. If we've got other trophies on our mind, we approach it in a slightly different way. If we've got one group of players who we feel need to experience finals and semi-finals, we'll approach it another way. So we're very comfortable with how we selected our way through it and how we got there to the end. A crowd were fantastic. A lot of people came from Bath and from Exeter to support the game, which is what we needed to happen. And then obviously we're disappointed, particularly by the second half and how things fell away and got away from us so quickly. We talked about that today because, I don't mind saying it hurt me. It hurt me watching us kind of fall away like we did. And I've said this to the players: look, at the end of the day, guys, we can dress it up as much as we like. We can never allow ourselves to be in a position where people maybe question what our commitment is or if we're caring enough. So that's something we can put right. We have to address amongst ourselves. We've talked very openly about that this morning, and our intention is that doesn't happen again this season in any shape or form.
You've got Bristol in the league, obviously, coming up on Saturday. They've not played for a couple of weeks. Do you think the fact that you have been playing the last couple of weeks will work to your advantage, or do you think the fact they're fresher might work against you?
Oh, well, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I mean, we picked up some injuries at the weekend, which obviously don't help. Ethan Roots and Tom White both picked up, decent hamstring injuries. They're going to be out now until the next Premiership block, probably. We had a few other bumps and bruises. So on the one side, you're not fully prepared and fresh and ready for the Premiership games. On the other side, we have been training through with a group of 30-odd players right through, and we're probably ready to go in that way. We've got to remind ourselves, we won our last Premiership game. So we shouldn't be sitting here now because we've lost a Premiership Cup final and be woe is us. We have to get better, of course we do. And we have to leave that game behind us and not let it happen.
What are the goals between now and the rest of the season, Rob?
Well, I'd like to say, I think the simple goal for us to set is that why not be the most improved team in the Premiership over this last block of games? We clearly need to get better. We clearly need to improve. So we're setting our stores out pretty significantly that way. That, I'm expecting the players to really buy into improving, training and performing better as we move through the season. Because that's what we have to do. We have to set ourselves some very achievable goals. I can't sit here and go, well, we're going to make a late push for it and win the Premiership. We actually have to sit here and go, let's aim at the things we can really control. We can control how well we train. We can control our commitment that we put into the games, and we can look to be a really improving side over the remainder of this season. That kick-starts us going into next year, and that's what we want to do. We want to lay some really solid foundations for where we want to be going forward, and that's going to be our main priority.
And we'll have more from Chiefs Director of Rugby Rob Baxter later in the show, as well as the whole of Exeter at Bristol later in the programme from 5:30. Right, back to your 3 o'clock games though. Hopefully a bit more entertainment, bit more spark up front from our sides. Torquay at home against Bath City. This one on DAB 95.7 FM in Plymouth, BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. To Plainmoor we go with Sam Swan and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you so much, James, and welcome back to Plainmoor. It's a highly populated Plainmoor today. We will get the crowd later on, but truthfully, it's not been a spectacle for either of these sides or any of the fans in particular, as it's still Torquay United 0, Bath City 0, and truthfully, there's been very little chances, virtually none, or literally none of any note to the visitors, and only a couple to the home side, which in truth weren't great chances, although the Folkestone one on the half-hour mark, probably the best of them. I'll just run through both sides for you before bringing in my colleague Sam Swan again to discuss what's going to happen in the second half. It's James Hammond in goal for Torquay, a back four of Crask, Dyer, Dreher and Fulston. Midfield three of Threlkeld, Hayfield and Jenkins Davis, with Jordan Young and Matt Jay just in behind Zanzala. For the visitors, it's Wiles Richards, the team's just about to come back out. Greenslade, Parcell, Tomlinson and Range as a back four. Clark, Beardsmore, Tilson, Roos and Alves. as a midfield five, with Fisher up front on his own, but Clark mainly, and sometimes Roos get up and support. I'll be surprised if there's any changes in the second half, unless it's an injury-related one. Sam, welcome back to you. What do you think Paul Watton said to his team? Or let me rephrase that question. What do you think Paul Watton said to his team that you and I can broadcast?
I agree. It was just very poor, wasn't it? We're playing into their hands. Like, we're just so simple to play. Like, I feel like we need to get up. Well, I was reading what people were talking to WhatsApp group, and I agree. We need to get the ball behind their defenders. It's so comfortable when we're playing into their feet. We're just playing into hands with no imagination. Actually, it's really disappointing. We don't work the keeper, but the good news, it's 0-0. Solid at the back. Doing quite well in the battle, but just express yourselves, bit of intensity, try something different, get the ball behind their defence, get the ball in the box, work the keeper.
I think that's been a frustration this season, Sam, actually, as it perhaps sometimes Torquay haven't really dominated a team. I'm not saying that they've got a right to dominate a team, I'm not suggesting that, but when you've got quality, as you're suggesting, you're not doing it, can become frustrating. But I think credit has to go to the visitors for their off the ball and their work rate. But again, as I'm sounding really smug today, I really don't mean to be, but I thought Bath tailed off a little bit towards the end of the half, and I think they'll probably do similar depending on how many substitutes they use at this half. I see they've got Elliot Freer on the bench. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Sam, but he's a little buzz-bomby a player as Torquay United, through Matt Jay and Jenkins Davis kick-off, they will hit from right to left as we look at it into the seated end here at Plainmoor, the swimming pool end, family stand, whatever you know it as, and it's going to take that little moment of quality, I believe, or something, maybe even a set piece perhaps, to get it going. And of course Torquay will also be aware that league leaders Welling, league leaders Worthing are currently a goal down at Welling at half time. That's obviously nothing finished there, obviously, but certainly enough for Torquay to get the bit between, or all the teams up the top to get the bit between their teeth again, as Torquay trying to come down the right hand side, but good play there by Clark, and he eventually wins his side a throw in almost on the halfway line across at the pop side. Sam, I'm not sure if 5,000 mark's been reached today, do you think?
It's pushing it, definitely. It's past 4,500.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But this is the thing, we need to entice these fans to keep coming. If they're going to go, that was frustrating, I don't want to put myself through that again. Then they're not going to come back, and it's a big part of performance and entertainment.
I think when Darren Way came in, that's punted forward, but Harmon will get it. I think when Darren Way came in after Jerry Gill from Bath, I think he just basically must have said to him, just make sure we don't get relegated, and it seems like he's playing a very, very stuffy thing. I said, one of my little niggles there, I know I'm here to be fair and whatever, but even from a fair point of view, Sam, I genuinely think that they got away with a little bit too many niggly fouls and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if Paul's managed to casually mention that to the referee in passing, shall we say. But I'm not saying they're the only team to ever do it, to be fair, but then again, look at Tomlinson. He's just got his hands all over Zinzala, he's pulling the shirt off his back, the referee, well, not off his back, he's pulling it a little bit, the referee's looking at it, but he's letting it go. And I know these things happen in football, Sam, but I think Torquay United need to start being a bit more vocal about that.
We just need to start playing to our strengths as well. We're a good football team. I think we make football look too hard.
Fulston, Zinzala hits the deck again. Fulston trying to come forward. Bath get a little bit fortunate there, and then it comes off a Bath foot. No, it doesn't. It comes off Threlkeld's foot, and right in front of Paul Watton down there. Paul's already telling his players to calm down. I'm not sure who that was directed to specifically, but I think it was Jenkins Davis actually. But they're going to have a throw in again. You alluded to this in the first half, Sam. They're not doing anything in a hurry, are they? Which they're entitled to do, to be fair.
Yeah, I've no problems with how Bath are playing, to be honest. Just as you were saying, sometimes we just get away with a few too many things, but we're just playing into our hands, and the thing is, they will believe that this game's there to be won. Now, we're talking from our point of view, but it's not a great standard in National League South. I thought it was a lot better than it was in the Johnson days, but
no, I think there might be more organisation in some ways, but I'm not convinced there's a huge upturn in quality.
Huge gap between that and the National League.
But then again, to be fair, yeah, absolutely. To be fair, Sam, when you look at some of the players that Gary Johnson had in that side, they all went on to league, at least National League, but League 2, in some cases League 1 football and whatever. But again, to be fair, brought in Jordan Young and Matt Jay.
Matt Jay's a League 2 player.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, I mentioned it earlier in the first half, Sam. I thought his first half performance against Boreham Wood was miles above this level. The assist and the goal were just absolute top quality, as Fisher commits the most ludicrous handball there from a throw-in. Fulston saying to his team, why are you not protecting me? You're leaving space for that ball to reach him. Dreyer, he's going to leave it to Jenkins Davis, and from about 10-12 yards, Jenkins Davis is coming forward inside. Go back now, say 10 yards inside his own half, and this left channel here, Will Jenkins Davis will dink a ball forward to the edge of the Bath City penalty area. Ollie Tomlinson trying to marshal the defence there. Jenkins Davis with the right foot dinks it forward. It's going to be too hard, going straight into the arms of Wiles Richards, I beg your pardon, and his quick ball is going to find the rapid Clark down the left hand side. He's on the left edge of the Torquay United box trying to come in. Crash stands him up. Clark goes one way then the other. He's going to try and get the cross in. He does get the cross in. Up goes it head. It's a Torquay head that's going to break the back post to a Bath player in the shape of Alves, though, but he tries to be way too intricate. Tries a sand wedge shot up and over the bar. Just want to give a quick shout out, Sam, to Hannah and Millie. Millie is about 4 or 5 months old now, and she decided to tune in too, so they are people I know very well, shall we say, and I know they're listening to us today, so good afternoon to you guys as well. And unfortunately, I think the most entertainment you're going to get, Hannah, is from your daughter today, probably screaming and throwing things about, because this one has not got a lot to write home about so far, as again the ball's in the air, and well, there's the irony. Jordan Dyer's a little push in the back, and the referee immediately penalises that as a free kick, and that's the kind of thing I think he's been letting go too much, in my opinion, Sam.
Torquay have got 1-0 up at Boreham Wood. Goals elsewhere. Talk about sort of throwing things about and tantrums. Well, if we don't improve, that might be me. Can't lie.
Might be us, actually.
Yeah, give it 15 minutes if I haven't seen a shot or something exciting.
Well, it's going to be Greenslade inside the semicircle, 4 or 5 yards in the Torquay half. He's going to dink it forward, looking to see if Bath can get any movement with them. I mean, look at us, it's really unadventurous. They've hardly got MD in the box. Fulston heads it away. Matt Jay will bring it down, but he loses possession. It does break to, I beg your pardon, Tomlinson at one point there. It's now on the right hand side. It's back. The ball comes into Torquay United box. Up goes the heads. It's won by a Torquay head, and Jordan Young gets in front of his man and buys a free kick a little bit there. It was very soft actually. The Parcell deemed to be the aggressor there, but Jordan Young, will call that using experience, and Torquay United will have a free kick, and it looks like there's going to be a change, and Cody Cook will be joining us, and this will be very interested, and it's at the expense of Will Jenkins Davis, from what I can see.
We need 2 up front. We need Cody Cook winning it. It's not turning down to.
Well, yeah, I think Jenkins Davis has done all right, but it is going to be Zanzala and Cook.
Get in the mixer.
Paul Watton did allude to it, that he would be perfectly happy to use both of these. Cody Cook obviously came to Torquay United from Bath. That's where he was at last season. He scored just under 20 goals if memory serves me, and he's immediately gets his head on the end of a long clearance, but Greenslade heads it away. But now Torquay United through Krask finds Jordan Young on the right hand side. Young comes back in the hayfield, a little bit of space, edge of the box, tries to dink it forward, looking for the runner Cook. The idea was there, the execution wasn't. Goal kick to Bath. 52 gone here at Plainmoor on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Torquay United 0, Bath City 0. Reminder, Bristol Bears and Exeter Chiefs in the rugby. Nigel Warren and John Lockyer will bring in full live commentary of that. Please stay tuned for that one. The boys in the studio are on overtime again today. 5:30 kick-off there. They'll be on all frequencies, of course. But as it stands, we're here to see if Torquay United, or indeed Bath City, but Torquay United in particular, can break through and find a way to break this Bath resilience down, as Cook tries to get in, but Greenslade does well there, and he wins his team a throw in.
Instant improvement with Cook up front. Already with Jocelyn and we're stretching them, not playing into their hands.
Yep.
That's better.
No early goals.
We need to make a battle, we need to make a war. Fight for it.
No early goals, but bar the Dorking one after 47 minutes. As Sam mentioned, Boreham 0, Dorking 1. For a team that spent the money Boreham have, I think they might be maybe asking how well they're doing, but well, the fourth official has called the referee across and he is going to have a word. I think something's been thrown onto the park, Sam, unfortunately. He's just handed the Torquay management team there, I can't see what it is, but he's just handed Mike something.
Don't look too big, does it?
It looks like, I don't want to be overly speculative, but it looks like a piece of metal, doesn't it? Or something like that, a small circular piece of metal. Let's hope that's not the case. The Yellow Army have been a huge asset to this club this season. Let's keep it that way, guys and girls. But Mike's definitely got something in his hand. I'm trying to watch a game and see what it is at the same time. It looked like it was a ring or something, Sam, something. I don't know what he's done with it, but they definitely brought it. I think they're suggesting it came from the pop side. I won't speculate too much on that. As Dyer heads forward again, the ball spending way too much time in the air. Dreyer goes for the header, pushed a little bit, does get the free kick, but ironically when Torquay United get possession, and it looks like it's going to be Hammond again. Well, with the two big men up front, I suppose.
Get in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely, Sam. It might not be textbook pretty football, but truthfully, at this stage of the season, I don't really care. Or Torquay won't really care. And here comes Hammond's right-footed free kick up towards the edge of the box. Zinzala does get his head onto it, but from 18 yards, he can't keep enough pace off it, so to speak, and it goes harmlessly through to Wiles Richards in the goal, and Bath again slow the game down a little bit. Maidstone have a third away at Hampton, a team that when they came here, Sam, were on top form. They managed to win here. They had a really good run of form, and then they've just completely collapsed again. Maidstone 3-0 up. So of the top teams, they look the most certain to pick up 3 points, as Fulston will try and clear. They will clear, and Zinzala will try and get in the end of that. Now Cody Cook does get the header on Zinzala. Will try and Tomlinson. He's now pulling Tomlinson's shot. The referee lets that go. Threlkeld gets a good tackle in. Come on. Well, that is an absolute shocker from the referee there. It's not even close, Sam. He's clearly got the ball there, Threlkeld. It put a Torquay United player in the shape of Jordan Young in a very good position, and a referee, because he came from a kind of behind the side way, he made no contact with the player at all. My opinion, clean tackle, but they've given a free kick to Bath, and Paul Watton again has to ask questions as what's going on here, but I don't want
this whole thing about not being bullied in by a big home crowd, so they make it too hard to try and go. That's conspiracy, obviously, but like,
well,
I say it too often this season.
You say conspiracy, Sam, or are you just calling what you're seeing in front of your eyes? I would ask in truth, and I'm actually going for the latter there, as Zinzala does battle well. A tackle through the back there by Rains isn't penalised. Cody Cook gets a low ball across, but Greenslade gets it. Paul Watton absolutely apoplectic about that there, because his team have just conceded a free kick for an almost identical situation. Rains goes through the back of Zinzala, gets it on the ball. It gets a bit on the ball eventually after going through, and the referee says play on.
Into the Yanis, come on.
Well, Cody Cook now tries to nod it on. Matt Jay trying to get in there, but good. Roos getting back there. Deflects off Jay. Cody Cook's now got it, dinks it into Zinzala just inside the penalty box. He's got literally 3 around him. It breaks off a Bath player, and the referee is... What is he doing? He's pointing clearly.
That was a Bath player.
Well, maybe you've seen something I didn't there, Sam.
It was unlucky, it came off.
Did it? Sorry, I thought that came off a Bath player. My apologies.
No, it was unlucky. It's all those really unlucky deflections.
Yeah. It's them that take the throw in. It's headed by Oscar Threlkeld. Zinzala will again go to challenge it. Nods that down. Could Cook on the end of it. He's a little bit caught on his heels. He can't. Not through Cook's fault, to be fair. It was now Zinzala gets up. Jay dinks it through, looking for the run of Cody Cook, but Parcell gets across there and pokes it out for a throw in, and at last Torquay United beginning to apply some sustained pressure. Fulston's throw in's a quick one to Matt Jay. Matt Jay immediately got a man round him, Threlkeld, but they come back to their own halfway line, Torquay United. But Fulson turns the other way, digs it forward down the left channel. Cook managed to get the nod on, but it'll only come to Rains, and he just hoofs it up into the air. Dreyer brings it down to Dyer. Dyer clears up again. Cody Cook will get on the end of that, but Jordan Young came too close to him there to give him a serious option, and Parcell again just lump it forward for the visitors. Headed away there by Dyer. Krask now comes inside to Hayfield, comes back to Jordan Dyer. 58 minutes gone here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Cody Cook heads it on, that should come to Zinzala. He brings it down, just about holds it up, digs it through, looking for run at Hayfield, but good back covering there, I think, by Parcell again. And Torquay United in front of Paul Watton's bench.
Getting the fans up. It's getting the fans up.
What's he doing? Well, Bath, come on, referee. The Bath players went down there. Parcell, I think it is, we out known for a fact. He's got a little bit of cramp. The referee stops the game to let him get treated there.
You should have a minute off the pitch then if it's that bad, you know?
Myself, I think last season in particular, myself and my colleague Dave Thomas, that used to wind us up so much. And as much as I understand from a referee's point of view, I think the rule, it's not a head knock, to be fair, it's more like a serious, a potentially serious injury, whatever, they need to stop the game. If that's the case, as you very, very rightly say, Sam, I don't care what team they play for, I don't care who it is, make them sit off the field for 2 and 3 minutes and we'll see how often they go down with cramp. Any team, to be fair, this is not about Bath.
No, I agree.
It's just not a rule that flies with me, so to speak. Just a reminder here on BBC Radio Devon Sport, Exeter Chiefs go to Bristol Bears at the stadium we don't want to mention here around Plainmore. 5:30, Nigel Wall and John Lockyer will bring you full live commentary of that one. But here in the National League South, while we've got a little delay in the game, although it's just about to restart, Worthing 1-0 down, Weston-super-Mare 1-0 up, Dorking 1-0 up, Truro 1-0 up, Maidstone 3-0 up, Eastbourne have just scored against Farnborough, they're 1-0 up, Torquay United 0, Bath 0, so the need for a win's becoming clearer as the minutes go on, as Matt J allows a throw in, but I'm not sure the referee now, he's just letting Greenslade back on, so he made him go off for about 20 seconds. Both Paul Watton telling Krask to come back a little bit. Fulson can't get the ball into the box, it doesn't sit for him though. Threlkill finds Jay, he dinks it into the box, Cook heads it but it's headed out, or Cook went for the header but he was beaten. Jordan Young's got it, he's got Hayfield in front behind him, Krask in front of him down the right hand side, giving goalie. Krask finds the ball back at Jordan Young's feet, low ball into the box, never finding a yellow shirt, but he does come back and try and win it back and does well. Jordan Young, Dreyer now feeds it over to Threlkill just inside his own half. Threlkill comes back away, dinks it out to Krask on the right hand side, but his immediate reactions to dink it back to Dyer, and United will try again. Dyer goes long again, Cook and Young will try go up for this, but it's a Bath head that gets on. Fair play to them. Now this is going to break it. Cook edge of the box, can he fashion space for a shot? Cook, he's forced way out wide. Cook, he's got support in Hayfield behind him, who he uses. Krask is behind him, but Hayfield will try and cross it in. It's going to break. No, it's not to Krask. Good play there by good tackle there by Threlkill, but eventually it's going to break Jordan Young's way. Here comes Young, 20 yards from goal, breaking into the box. He's going past about 4 of them there. The low ball across there by Dan Hayfield, can't be met at the back post. It goes out for a goal kick. 61 gone at Plainmore. Torquay United 0, Bath 0, but better from the home side as we're about to see a change for the visitors. Batten will come on to replace Alves.
Torquay are doing much better now. I'm sorry to sound like a broken record. We're skipping all like the patient stuff. Just get it forwards.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. Bath can't handle it. And the difference is we're winning the second ball. Like, we might not win the first ball, but it's, Threlkill's really into it now. Cook's done well since he's come on. Something will break.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be a complicated game.
Yep. I think Bath have went 3 at the back here, Sam. I think Batten, I'm not going to pretend I know a huge amount about him, but by the looks of him, he's a big bruising centre half, and it looks like they've went to a back 3 there. Greenslade will be left wing back and Rains will be right wing back, as it were. As again, Bath trying to come forward. Good control there by Roos, to be fair to him. Now dink forward for Torquay, but it will go all the way through to the goalkeeper. And with 28 minutes to go here at Plainmore, it's looking like the tone of the second half's been set, Sam, doesn't it?
Yeah, enjoying it. I'm well into this now. As a fixture, as a battle.
As Parcell clears that forward, so just to confirm if we've got any Bath City fans listening, you have went to a back 3 of right centre back Ollie Tomlinson, left centre back will be Dan Greenslade, and the middle one will be the substitute Jack Batten come on. Obviously that's to counter United having the two big men on, and here comes Jordan Young forward. He's only got the Salop support. Young heading towards the edge of the box, beats one, beats another. He's then brought down. The referee decides no free kick. He then the ball hits the referee. He still lets that go. Well, the Torquay United fans making their feelings really clear about that.
Foul, and it's hit the ref. That means you have to stop it.
Yeah. Well, the referee here, Sam, listen, I think I've been reasonably known over the years to be reasonably fair. This referee's the opposite of Homer, isn't he? He is giving them everything at the moment.
Shocking. Absolute shocking performance.
Well, Bath have got, Paul Watton just shaking his head there, and I think, Paul, we can feel your pain, or the Yellow Army can feel your pain, as Bath through Clark about 15 yards inside the Torquay half, down this right hand side at Bristol's bench, 3 yards from the touchline, not that far away from the Bath bench. We're going to take a free kick and try and launch one into Torquay United's box. Clark's right foot takes it. It's not really reached the box. A header by Krask, who looked foul, but he wasn't lumped back up. Going to go the heads. Dan Hayfield out jumped there, but Dreyer gets it away. Matt J will try and win that one, but it falls a Bath way. Decent play by Bath there. Threlkeld then pulls the player back, and yet again the referee sees a pull on a Bath player that he can't see on a Torquay player, and United have conceded a free kick about 30 yards from goal level with the right hand edge of the penalty area. Greenslade, Clark, and I can't see the other one, excuse me, Bruce I think it is, I beg your pardon, Tilson over it. It's going to be left to Greenslade, so a chance for the away side to try and build a little bit of pressure here, or certainly try and create something from a set piece. It will be the left foot of Greenslade to come into the Torquay box. Here it comes, it's a deep one towards the back post, it's over everybody's head, the header comes in, clear, it's off. Was that a foul, was it, Sam?
It's completely pushed Krask in the back, and he's actually seen it.
It's
got everyone going now. This is a thing, and this is what we need. It's turned into a battle, proper non-league battle, non-league day. Come on, Tom. Bath are still doing very well though, for many Bath listeners. They've been well up for it today.
Oh yeah, they've come with a game plan, Sam. As I said, I just think that perhaps with stronger refereeing, that game plan would not be as effective, but so far it's them again to try and come forward. They've built their way back into this game in the last couple of minutes. Clark now on the right hand side has got support from Rains. The ball wasn't perfect to him, but Rains has got a chance to put it in. He does put it in, up goes it heads. Bath certainly had enough men up there. Jordan Young will pick up the scraps at the right edge of the box. He's got Krask in support. He finds Krask, who finds Hayfield looking for movement up top. He thinks looking for Zinzala, but it's not good enough, and Bath with those three at the back now outnumbering Torquay there as well.
They've done that tactical switch, they've got a lot more into the game again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really working in their favour.
There's Dreyer just about gets his head on that, and Threlkeld puts it through to James Hammond. We have got 24 minutes left here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Torquay United 0, excellent control by Matt J there. Bath City 0 as Fulton comes up this left hand side looking for movement, finds Matt J in there. Well, if the referees played advantage this time, Cody Cook plays it out to Krask up in support. He's got Jordan Young on the right hand side. Young comes back on the left foot as he tends to do, finds Hayfield edge of the box. United just need that little bit of quality. Back to Jordan Young, he's going to try a low shot, it's going to bounce, and Cody Cook again there. Cody Cook does get in there, and Torquay United have taken the lead. It's a mistake by the keeper, he spilled Jordan Young's shot. Cody Cook puts it in at his second attempt. 67 minutes gone here at Plainmore. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. Cody Cook comes back to haunt his old side.
I do believe it might even be an own goal by Tomlinson. I don't know.
Do you reckon?
Final touch, but been bundled in. Who cares? The keepers in this division are poor. At times he's accepted the play for it there. It's a shot well hit by Young, but it bounces in front of him. Cody Cook doing what he does best. He's such a good asset to this team in this division, and he's just bundled the balls between him and Tomlinson, bundled it in. Talking a bit braver, we've taken the game to them, and Cody Cook. That's what I'm talking about. That's my striker. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. And he started that move as well. He did. Well, the
stadium gave that to Cody Cook as well, Sam. I think you've probably got a fair point there, actually. It may have been Tomlinson trying to keep it in, but I'm going to favour the striker for the time being. Truthfully, I'm sure you don't really care who put it in. It's in. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. And now let's see how Bath cope with that. Zanzala claiming he's fouled, but he's not. Well, they've went 3 at the back, Sam, probably, truthfully, to try and see out a point. It was working for them. Paul Watt furious with that attempted clearance out of defence, and now Rains down this right-hand side's got it. He plays it in, he plays it into Beardsmore there. Ball dinked forward, looking for the runner. Fisher, Jordan Dyer gets in there, and he has, well, the referee gave that. I don't think the linesman was. It is going to be a corner to Bath down the right-hand side.
It's really disappointing. You know what? I actually rate the keeper for Bath, President Weymouth. I've been linked with him, but he was very disappointed with that, wasn't he? Very disappointed.
It was a howler from him, Sam, but as I said, I'm not sure too many Yellow Army will be worried about that, but Torquay United immediately have to defend the corner. The Bath coaching staff telling virtually all their players to get up. I can't see who's going to take the corner. I can only see his head, and then he puts his arms up. It's going to be a right-footed one. It's Clark here. It comes towards the back post. Up goes it heads. It's a Bath head. It meets it. It goes harmlessly down. And now let's see how long James Hammond will take to take this goal kick. Immediately he takes it to the other side of the goal, which is entitled to do. But Bath, I've got a feeling, might be on the receiving end of the same tactics they've been deploying for most of the game, Sam, if I'm honest.
Torquay have got to keep managing though. 0-0, don't sit too deep. Really get Bath. We'll snap it loads of bodies forward. Keep that intensity up. Bath have nothing to lose now, do they?
They don't. Well, here comes Hayfield forward. He's got Krask in support down the right hand side. Krask chooses not to put it in. He now puts it in towards the back post. Up goes it heads. A Bath head wins it. Jordan Young will go on the end of it, left hand edge of the box here. He's got Fulston behind him. Young keeps possession. Fulston then goes on a run, trying to get the ball in. Good movement there. Zanzala gets it. Jordan! Brilliant save by Harvey. By Wild Richards. Zanzala's left foot shot. It didn't have just enough power on it, but Harvey Wild Richards gets down and keeps it out. Corner to Torquay United. Come on, you Yells, there's a chance here from Plainmore.
Listen to Plainmore, this is all you need to do. Honestly, this lovely football Torquay. Zanzala couldn't do much more, to be honest. He could have put it in a corner a bit more. Either way, it's a fantastic save by the keeper.
It was indeed, Sam. It was I think if I was critical's too strong a word, if there was something that just didn't happen enough there, the strength on the shot, but to be fair, Zanzala's done well to create a space. Excellent save there by Wiles Richards. He's made up a little bit for the goal, but here comes a left-footed corner from Jordan Young, which a referee blows before he's claiming that.
And then the same thing will happen in the actual play, and he won't do it.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly, Sam. The referee, I think it was Fulston and, well, Greenslade again. I don't know how many cards he's had this season, but I know it's not enough. As here comes Young's left-footed corner. It's a low one to the post. Jordan Dyer tries to get across there. It's cleared out, though, again by Bath. Will do it all again. 19 minutes left here at Plainmore. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. When we get a little break in play, myself or Sam will bring you the scores. Wording to the best of our knowledge are still behind. Torquay United will move to within 3 points of the leaders if these things stay the same. However, if it's doing a huge amount of lifting there, here comes a left-footed corner from Jordan Young. It's another one that's more to the back post. Up goes the heads again, cleared away by the keeper. A good punch, and of course the keeper then runs into a Torquay United player and is given the free kick. There's no way that's a free kick, but it's always going to happen, Sam, isn't it?
Yeah, he's suddenly recovered as well from holding his head.
Yeah.
Glad to see he's recovered from that, to be honest. I was worried for him. But still, it's good brave goalkeeping by the keeper. Yeah. Since the mistake, he's really got himself into the game. Well, it's good strength of character.
It's been a dream second half for Eastbourne, a team that I feel not enough people talk about. My app has shown me they are now 3-0 up. Maidstone 3-0 up. Truro still 1-0 up. Dorking Wanderers 1-0 up at Borehamwood. Weston 1-0 up at home to Chesham. Enfield have equalised away to Slough, but the big one for Torquay United fans, to the best of my knowledge, after 68 minutes, Welling 1, Worthing 0, and that's something that the whole league will celebrate, basically. Well, certainly the challengers anyway. We don't all hate Worthing or anything, but Or did that go out for a throw-in? The linesman says no, it looked like it did. Here comes Bath trying to come forward through Tilson, another busy little player. He has found the bandaged Roos, who goes out the left-hand side to find Greenslade, still getting the boos. He will then find Clark on that left-hand side. Greenslade again now to Clark, chooses not to put the ball into the box, goes backwards and forces Ollie Tomlinson back into his own half. Paul Watton screaming, get up, get up, get up. Tomlinson's long dink forward should be met by Dyer. It is met by Dyer. It's at the concession of a throw-in. We have got 17 minutes left here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. Quick throw-in, excuse me. Tilson receives it from Rains. Rains back there again, dink forward, more in hope than expectation. Fulston gets his head on it. That has got to be a foul there, and the referee at last to the ironic cheers. I think Paul Watton was given a bit of an ironic cheer there as well. Torquay United will have a free kick deep inside their own half, but a chance to relieve the territory, if not pressure some.
I agree. If we missed it, even though it's not as relevant to talking now, Western Super now, I'll 1-0 up against Chester.
It's been a strange league, this one.
Very strange. They look very good for a long time since it did they? Still, long way to go.
Long ball forward. Zanzala trying to get on the end of it, but Bath through. I think Batten, the sub there, did well. Coming forward, Dreher just dinks it forward. But at the expense of a throw-in on the halfway line here. Fourth official telling him not to steal any yards there, to be fair to him, which he doesn't. Bath trying to come forward. Matt Jay trying to get on the end of it. Threlkeld does, but it's a bit of a skewed clearance. Cody Cook goes in to try and challenge for that. Threlkeld misread that there. Cook dinks it forward looking for Jay, but apologises to Jay as the ball gave him nothing. Paul Watton again with the hands down motion. Just calm down, guys, take your time. We're 1-0 up here, we're heading towards the last 15 minutes. And if you're listening to us and you've got friends in the crowd, send them a text, tell them that their team need their support, tell them to start shouting and singing a little bit, because Torquay United have that lead, but truthfully it's not a safe lead. It's not been a particularly good game, but United again at the moment have found a way to get in front. As now Hayfield's got a chance to come forward. Roos goes to close him down. Fantastic energy from Roos, to be fair. Krask has got it now. Threlkeld will play it over to Jordan Young on the right hand side, midway inside the Bath City half. Young just stops the ball, stands, makes them make something happen now. Krask has got it down the right hand side. Young inside a little bit now. Can he drive forward? Well, there's a little break of the ball there. Young, he's still got it. He's got Krask overlapping him, but he comes back inside. He's got Fulston here. Young will find Fulston. Can Fulston let a shot go here? He can let a shot go here, but it's up and wide to the keeper's right hand side. It needed to be low to the left, but United at least creating again. Sam, just under 14, just over 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's nice to see us 1-0 up and still going for it, still going for it.
The thing is that when they went to 3 at the back, Sam, it was obviously a defensive move.
Yeah.
And then they not long after conceded a goal. I'm not suggesting it was because of their tactics or anything.
Because they started improving, didn't they, actually?
Yeah, but it's kind of... It's nullified their attacking intent a little bit as well, to be fair, but I will be fair to them, as we've proven again here as they come forward. But Torquay get in there. Matt Jay has got it now on the left hand side. Oscar Threlkeld doing him up. Cody Cook shows his strength. Well played, Cody Cook. Matt Jay dinks it forward. It comes off a Bath player, and Batten will clear that, and he does manage to keep it in. Threlkeld wins ahead on Matt Jay's now got it, looks for Zanzala, but fair play to Batten. He read that one well and stepped out and got it. Good tackle there again by Threlkeld, who's becoming more of an important player here. Jordan Young might be able to keep that in. Can his pace get it? Is it going to go out? It is out for a goal kick. Good effort by Jordan Young, the long ball there by Hayfield. In my opinion, Sam, Threlkeld's becoming a little bit more important as this game goes on.
He's been brilliant. He has been brilliant.
I did say to you earlier, Sam, that not just for today but over the season, if a man of the match, if a player of the season come out, who's in the running for you?
Sam Dreher,
without doubt.
Jordan Dyer.
I agree.
Jay Folson's been injured a bit with the games he's played. Those are my main ones, and Cody Cook for me. Those are the 3 favourites.
Wouldn't put Jordan Young in there?
Oh God, yeah. Tell a little bit tired today. Yeah, no, I think Jordan Young will be well up there. Actually. You know what? It's between Jordan Young and Sam Dreher, to be honest.
I actually think Dreher's tailed off a fair bit over the last couple of months, but he's tailed off from such a high level. It's not. I'm not suggesting
it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. He's a young guy and whatever. And listen, I would never. I know that's only a hypothetical thing because there's still a lot of football we played this season, and more importantly, a lot of important football we played this season as Cody Cook goes up for a header there, but it goes over. It's out for a goal kick, and I think actually the player of the season might be decided by how United get on in the last few weeks of the season as well. There's still, I know there's only 6 games after this one, but there's 6, as Paul Watton says, cup finals. It is still Welling 1, Worthing 0.
I think it would be Jordan Young player and Sam Dreher young player.
If Dreher doesn't get a young player of the season, then I can't wait to see the guy that does. It's as Fulston tries in there, that's dink forward. I think Clark was offside there, he was offside there, and he tries to make one. I'll quickly run through the other scores for you as well. Torquay 1, Bath out, Welling 2, Worthing 0. Well, that is a result that will send shockwaves around the division if Worthing don't come out with all 3 points there. Hornchurch 1-0 up at St Albans, Enfield 1-all at Slough, Tonbridge 1, Chelmsford 1, Hemel 1, Aveley 1, Western 1, Chesham 1, Boreham 0, Dorking 1, Truro 1, Salisbury 0, Hampton 0, Maidstone 3, Eastbourne 3, Farnborough 0, 10-man Chippenham 1, Weymouth 0. So Weymouth and Aveley kind of looking like they're gone. But again, it's the top of the league we're interested in as Jay Fulson's got a throw in 30 yards from goal down the left hand side, which he finds Cody Cook with. Cook does well enough to keep control of it. Back to Thelkin, he dinks it forwards and Zala, well, he's given offside there. I thought that was quite unlucky there. I'm not sure who was offside, Sam, but I'll give the linesman some credit there, or some say he's in a better position than you and I. Check to see anything. Exeter City 0-0 away at Lincoln. Another side, Exeter, who've found form at the right time of the season to make sure that they dispel any fears of relegation, or certainly found some decent results, as Bath again punt that forward, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. But no, it's not. It's going to go out for a throw-in unless we've decided to switch a park around, which Jay Fulson will take just in front of the Bath bench. We have got just over 10 minutes to go, plus any additional time here at Plainmoor. Welcome to BBC Radio Devon Sport. If you've tuned in to us today, and Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. It's not been a great game by any manner of means, but I don't think Paul Watton and Torquay and their fans will care that much as long as they can hold on for these 3 points, particularly as we've just read out that Worthing, the league leaders, are currently 2-0 down away at Worthing.
Won't rule them out though, would you?
Yeah, 36 and 74 minutes to go, Ken. Wouldn't have expected that, but this league, this season, if there's one thing that's been consistent, it's the inconsistency, isn't it? It's and the irony is a lot of the teams at the top have shipped points to the teams down the bottom as well, including Torquay. But, well, Beardmore there just dinks it out, almost hits Paul Watton with the ball. Torquay United will have a throw in. Fulston will just slow it down a bit. Matt J bandaged left arm with left hand. I didn't notice that earlier actually. Just dinks it back to Fulston. United just trying to game manage a little bit is what I would say here. So Fulston's long throw down the left side, up goes at Bath's head. Can Zala pick it up? He can't be offside. It was a Bath player that headed it, but Bath eventually get it clear. Fisher doesn't do well there. Jordan Dyer's got it, finds Krask. Krask has got Jordan Young on the right hand side, who he finds, but Young has got his back to goal, so to speak, and just dinks it back to Krask. Bath pushing up as much as they can, and Dyer almost makes a mistake there, but Krask has got it. Hayfield hasn't paid enough attention, and Bath Preston wins the ball, and here comes Clark up the left edge of the box. He's got support in the box. A low one comes across. Lucky deflection, or fortunate enough deflection for Torquay, goes into the arms of James Hammond at his near post, and Torquay United have nothing to worry about from that particular move.
They just press us in midfield, and Hayfield got quite quick enough and rebounded, and Dyer did brilliantly to not obviously stick a foot in and concede a penalty, just block the flow of the ball and sailed harmlessly.
Well, I'll come to a little tactical observation I've made in a minute. Is Jordan Young's got it almost down the right hand side corner flag from the clearance. Young up against Greenslade, he's got Hayfield behind him, but Young just dummying over the ball. Greenslade doesn't tackle him, Young doesn't kick the ball. That's what the ironic cheers are for. Hayfield's got it, comes back into Jordan Young. Young now finds Krask. United just keeping possession. Jordan Young again, but he's looking for movement. It's a think ball, it's a good ball there, looking for the runner Cody Cook. He can't keep it in, or was it the referee? Yeah, I think that's fair to the referee. I actually think they've went back to a back four, Sam. Ollie Tomlinson is now playing at right back. Greenslade has come back into left back, and one of their centre defenders is playing as they're about to make a substitution, and off comes Clark. Very surprised at that.
It's a tricky player.
And I apologise for pronouncing it Nawubweze, I would say, is the man coming on.
So up front, two big lads up front. Two big lads up front.
Well, let's see if it works. As Torquay United head on a little bit. And now Matt J picks it up, but he just can't get in there, and Tomlinson from his, I believe, new right back position gets it clear. Fisher tries to get onto it, it's headed away by Torquay. Jordan Young picks it up and does well, and that's a good ball out to Cody Cook on this left hand side. He finds support runner Matt J. J holds it up nicely, but then gives it away unfortunately, and here comes Haynes. He's the one that's went in. Rains, I beg your pardon, is the one who's now playing in the number 6 position, and he's the one that brings down Jordan Young, who reacts quite badly to that as well. Jordan Young saying get him in the book for that, but so it looks like they've went for a 4 at the back with Tomlinson at right back. Rains has come in to play a defensive midfield role.
Still not been a yellow, has there?
No, well, again, Sam, I know I spent basically the whole first half and parts of this half moaning about it, but I think if the referee has a better performance today, that Bath's game plan doesn't work as good as it were, because of a couple of yellow cards, and they know that they can't do these niggly fouls. And listen, I'm not having a go at Bath. I've seen, world class teams playing similar tactics before, sort of thing, but as it's going to be Jordan Young with a left foot. Everybody across the edge of the Torquay United box, bar 2 back for Torquay, 1 up for Bath. Here it comes, a dink one. Can a United player get on it? Zinzala again getting his shot pulled there, but it goes harmlessly through, and it'll go out for a goal kick. We have got 5.5 minutes left here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Attendance coming.
That's a delicious play by Jordan Young. No one's got 5,200.
I think that's the biggest crowd of the season. I think it was 5-1-3-5 against Truro, if memory serves me. I'll come back to that in a minute. As another lump ball forward, Dreyer is forced to put it out for a throw-in. 259 away fans, which I also think is similar or better than what Truro brought here. Ball into the box, but Hammond just takes it up, and now he's got a chance, and Matt J just tells him don't bother. The crowd a little bit frustrated about that, and Paul Watton a little bit frustrated about it, but I think James is just trying to run the clock down to confirm the crowd today. 259 away fans, excellent effort from you guys, safe journey back. 5,202 here at Plainmoor, magnificent attendance again as Fulston comes charging forward, and now if Bath have got Wisden exposed that, Fulston struggling to get back a little bit, but here comes Roos, he plays out the left hand side. Greenslade support run there, he gets the ball into the box. Dyer gets it clear, it goes straight to Jordan Young. He needs to be smart there, he is smart, drags it back from Greenslade, dinks it forward looking for Cody Cook, but Jordan Young
such a good play that's done. He's tried to move it too smart, but
yeah, absolutely.
He's such a good player.
Next sponsor, WCR Group, and our next sponsor, Interline, who made the match.
Sam Dreyer given Stadium man of the match as Matt J trying to get United on the front foot. He finds Zinzala just inside the Bath half, but he comes back to Fulston. Fulston will go down the left channel, but Zinzala had held his run. It comes to Batten, he will clear, but it's not a very good one. It gets a little bit fortunate, and Bath will get a throw in just inside the Torquay half. Switched off there, Fisher picks it up. United switched off a little bit there. Here comes a substitute on the right hand side. Blaise, he's trying to go past his man, he just about gets past him, he's being pulled, but that definitely went out of play there, and it's a goal kick to Torquay. 3.5 minutes left here at Plainmoor, plus any additional time on BBC Radio Devon Sport. stands, Torquay United will move to within 3 points of leaders Worthing. In fact, the as it stands table would be 77 Worthing, 76 Truro, 75 Eastbourne, 74 Dorking, 74 Torquay, 71 Boreham, 70 Maidstone. Worthing do have an extra game to play though, but Torquay United, if they could close 3 points, as Inzala finds Jay, he's got a little bit of space heading towards the edge of the box, he's going to try a left foot shot, he can't keep it on target, he's claiming it took a deflection. Paul Wharton also agrees with him, the referee, the main man, doesn't, and it's just went wide of the post. As I said, Torquay United looking to close to within 3 points of the leaders of this division if they can see this one out, and indeed unless Worthing start scoring a few late goals. The best of my knowledge is 83 minutes gone there. Kennedy double for Welling. Well, Greenslade comes off and Freer comes on. This is a man I'm familiar with, Sam Freer. He's a little speed merchant down the wings.
Do you go to the back three?
Dink forward, Fulston clears it out. Well, I've got a feeling the rest of this game's going to be played in United's half. I'm looking to see if Paul Wharton will make a change. The answer to that is yes. Ed Palmer is going to join us as well. But as it stands, it's going to be Rains who is going to, I think, attempt a long throw for Bath into the Torquay United box. Some of the fans beginning to make their way to the turnstiles. I'm not sure, I think you're going to be a bit too early there, chaps. As we come into the last 90 seconds, the ball's played into the Torquay box, and James Hammond somehow, through the rubble, gets down and lands on the ball. And the applause from the Yellow Army, or the relief from the Yellow Army, should I say. We're coming up to 89 minutes played here at Plainmoor on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. Cody Cook does well from that long clearance to bring it down. Jordan Young goes past one, then two. Not sure he meant to go past him away, he did, but he has. Plays a dink ball out to Fulston. Fulston needs to keep this in, and he does keep it in. Matt Jay holds his run. He's told him to go back to Sam Dreer. He does go back to Sam Dreer. Long diagonal ball from Dreer. Cook gets in. That's, come on, referee. I mean, seriously. Well, Cody Cook was in the same postcode as his man there, and it's going to be Matt Jay coming off and Ed Palmer coming on. I don't think there's any doubt on what Torquay's intentions are there.
Said Matt Jay on the fit. Solid game running over.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do.
Still Boreham Wood 0, Dorking 1 through that prior goal, 4-0 Eastbourne, 3-0 Maidstone. Truro still 1-0 up against Salisbury. Tyler Harvey yet again finds the net, not from a penalty this time, right enough. But here comes a free kick as we head in to the crucial part of this game. There's going to be 5 minutes additional time, and we have just entered that here at Plainmoor. It's a throw in to Torquay United just inside the Bath half, down the right hand side in front of the pop side. The pop side to the Torquay end, as it were, absolutely mobbed. The family stand being really well mobbed as well. Bristol's bench has been mobbed. 5,202, including 259 away fans. The attendance today is United headed clear. Krask gets his head on that as well, but it's fallen away to a Bath player, and they eventually take possession. Jordan Young almost got his toe in there, and now it's substitute Batten coming playing out from the back, but his ball's long. Dreyer heads it. Fulston should completely clearance here, but it's well shut down there. Excellent stuff there, to be fair, by Tilson, but he took that one in the face accidentally. Funnily enough, I'm sure he'll be back up quick enough, Sam, after this one, but a good block by him there. We are 1 minute into the additional time. Sam, it's been a bit of a nerve-wracking experience, hasn't it?
Yeah. I don't feel really like, I'm going to curse this, but 91 minutes in, there hasn't really been a chance of Bath.
No, that's a fair point, actually. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. The throw in from Torquay obviously comes forward. Fulston loses his second ball there, so to speak, and now here comes a chance for the visitors to build as Beardmore gets out left. Here's a chance to put the ball in. The ball does come in towards the back post. Up goes the heads. It's headed by a Bath player. I think it was number 16 there. I think Tilson got on the end of that there, but he couldn't keep his effort on target. And now James Hammond is climbing in with the spectators to retrieve the ball. He's literally in the crowd at the moment, James Hammond. Here he comes again. We have got just over 3 minutes left here. It's been a nerve-wracking affair, if nothing else, but as Sam, you correctly said,
it's the first chance they had.
Yeah, it's.
But they had 2 men at the back post. It's got under it. You couldn't get the power. That was big less off for Torquay. You know, we brought on more players at the back, and we just looked a little bit all over the place there. But we got away with it.
The ball forward now, lumped forward again by Bath, headed on by one of their players. Fisher managed to get his head on it, but Krask will not let that go any further. Clears it up the park into the Bath half, but United need to try and fight possession, and Zanzala and Cook forcibly go back to the keeper, but his long ball through. Dreer doesn't let it go. I thought he could let that go through to Hammond, but easy to say that's an excellent piece of play there by Rains. Lovely little turn, and then he's going to book Ed Palmer. So the first yellow card of the day. I better not comment on this, Sam, or I'll get banned from the station, I think, to be honest. But absolutely ridiculous refereeing there. If that's a card worthy the first one of the day, I know Palmer kicked it away a little bit, but for what he's let go. But as it stands with 2 minutes to go, it's going to be from just inside his own half. Goalkeeper Harvey Wiles Richards to dink it up towards Torquay United's box, but he doesn't. He goes short to range. He's going to come at it from another angle. It's a long diagonal one. Up go the heads. A Torquay head wins it. Ed Palmer gets in there. A high foot, surely. No, it's not. The referee lets it go, and it's now out to the left hand side. Krask not allowing his man by him. That's good enough from Krask. He stops Freer getting by him there. Well, I don't know what he's claiming about there. It's going to be a long throw from Rains. 90 seconds left here at Plainmoor. Torquay United with their 3 central defenders on just need to defend their box. Let's see if they can do it. Here comes a long throw. Up go the heads. It's met by everyone, and it's going to go out for a corner kick. Torquay said it's a goal kick, but the referee seemed to have a good view of that, truthfully, Sam.
He's coming up.
Yeah, here he comes. I think they're going to be fair there. That was a corner kick, and it's going to be from the left-hand side, the right foot of utility man Rains, Joe Rains, to put this one in. Here it comes towards the near post. Up go the heads. It's missed by everyone. Was that the keeper that got his head on it there, Sam? And then it goes out, and Torquay United have a throw-in. The assistant manager of Bath is absolutely livid that that was given to Torquay. I actually thought it was a free kick. Was that the keeper that got his head on it?
He got very close to it.
Yeah,
picked up his run.
I think it messed up his brill cream or whatever they use these days, but it's going to be it's going to be a free kick, rightly in my opinion, to Torquay. Yellow Army come the chance. 25 seconds left here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. The referee's probably going to give James Hammond a booking. Take it all day, James. I don't know what's going on. At 1 minute they're saying it's a free kick, the next minute they're saying it's a throw-in. The referee and the linesman don't seem to be in. It's actually going to be a throw-in because they clearly put that down as a free kick. It's now going to be a throw-in. We've reached the 5 minutes here at Plainmoor. I fancy we'll get at least another 30 seconds after that. Headed back, and Dreer heads it out. Can it break a Torquay way? No, it can't. Dink across there. Looking for Freer, the substitute on the left-hand side. He tries to get it, and it's blocked by a Torquay player. Headball, that was a handball there actually. Cody Cook gets it forward, and the referee puts the whistle to his lips. And Torquay United have held out, and they have got a critical 3 points for them as this non-league day finishes with the score here from Plainmoor. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. Wasn't a classic, Sam. How much do you care?
I'm delighted. Do you know what they showed in the second half? The battle, the passion. That's what I needed. The long ball. We just changed the game plan. We stopped playing in terms, which is what we said at half time. Brought 2 up front. That's, Paul Watson's on the game today. That's good change. Brilliant. Well done, Yellows.
Well, as I said, Sam, not all the games are finished yet. The as it stands table for the National League South: Worthing 77, Truro 76, Eastbourne 75, Dorking 74, Torquay 74, Borehamwood 71, Maidstone 70. Worthing's game in hand comes at Hornchurch, I believe this midweek actually. Hornchurch are a pretty decent team. They're drawn at the moment today. Borehamwood down to 10 men in that game. But here at Plainmore on this National League or non-league day, Torquay United have done all they can ask, and I'm going to gloat a bit, Sam, because I got the score prediction right, and I never ever do that. As at Plainmore, it's a Cody Cook goal to give us a final result of Torquay 1, Bath City 0. Sam, as I said, it's not something we can spend too much time analysing, but as a Torquay fan, I'm no doubt you're delighted we get 3 points.
Just the whole day as well, to see 5,000 at the 6th tier of English football. Just amazing. Look at the scenes now, absolutely brilliant. And these people will come back. These will all come back. The battle we showed in the second half, perfect. Huge 3 points, another clean sheet. Lovely stuff, Paul.
Well, to be fair, Sam, we mentioned about a chance. I never wrote down a header at the end, but I have literally not wrote a single thing down for Bath's chances. That's not to say they played poorly. They came with a game plan. They came to frustrate. They came for a point. They even went 3 at the back. It backfired on them a little bit. And the big moment of the game in 67 minutes, Jordan Young comes in from the right-hand side. Low shot, spilled by the keeper. Cody Cook bundles it over. Thank you for joining us full time at Plainmore. Torquay 1, Bath City 0.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
With James Vickery.
It's just coming up to 5 o'clock. It's Saturday the 22nd of March. This is BBC Radio Devon, an extended show tonight because at 5:30 we've got the whole of the Exeter Chiefs away against Bristol to bring you, so we're on air until 8 o'clock. Our 3 o'clock games then, devoid of much goal-mouth action. Exeter pick up a point in a 0-0 draw at Lincoln, but controversially they have a goal disallowed in injury time. 0-0 at Sincilbank.
All eyes on the referee. In comes the delivery now to the back post. It's going to be headed back in towards Ed Turns, who heads over the top of the bar, and the referee does indeed say that is the last action of what turned out to be in the end, John Beer, a controversial ending to a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, a point for City. They remain 16th in League One, 45 points now from 37 games, 9 clear of those relegation places. In National League South, over 5,000 today at Plainmore. Brilliant. 5,202, the majority going home happy after a Torquay United home win against Bath City.
United just need that little bit of quality back to Jordan Young. He's going to try a low shot. It's going to bounce, and Cody Cook again there. Cody Cook does get in there, and Torquay United have taken the lead. It's a mistake by the keeper. He spilled Jordan Young's shot. Cody Cook puts it in at his second attempt. 67 minutes gone here at Plainmore. Torquay United 1, Bath City 0. Cody Cook comes back to haunt his old side.
Torquay move up a place to 5th in National League South. 74 points now for Paul Watton's side. 3 points behind league leaders Worthing.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
With James Vickery.
Right, let's begin our roundup to our 3 o'clock football games then. We'll start in Lincolnshire. Exeter City away against Lincoln City. 0-0 today. The Grecians have drawn away against Lincoln. Let's chat to our summariser, John Beer, about it. John, happy with the point in the end, or, well, controversially, it should have been all 3 maybe?
Well, yeah, I think you've got to be happy with the point, especially given the circumstances and how well Lincoln have been playing in recent weeks, especially last week against Rovers. You know, they beat Rovers 5-0 last week. I think it's easy to forget that when you're here and you're in the moment, but that's a side that we're pretty close to in the table, want to be avoiding, and to come here, put in a defensive performance that wasn't fantastic but resolute enough to keep the ball at the back of the net. You can be a bit aggrieved that, you know, you haven't taken all 3 points, because from what it sounds like and what I've read on social media so far, nobody knows what the goal was ruled out for. I think at the end of the day, it's a really good point.
OK, well, let's just relive that crucial moment then from a City perspective. I mean, they didn't really challenge the Lincoln goal that much. Suddenly, they sparked into life in about the 89th minute, and this happened.
McGuinness, it's got to go into the box, surely. McGuinness wants too many touches. He fires it across. Nobody there to put it in. Comes out to Trevitt. Shot's blocked. Chance! City have scored! Have they? No, they haven't. The referee's ruled it out for a handball, I think. I think it might have been Angus MacDonald and Ryan Trevitt who were there poking the ball home. That is very controversial, I can tell you. It remains 0-0. City will feel very aggrieved. They are not 1-0 up here.
I mean, I couldn't particularly see. It was right in the bit that I'm obstructed by this great big pillar in front of me.
Same here.
but it's frustrating because it feels harsh, and it was bouncing around all over the place. But maybe that's justice for the McMillan chance in the first half.
Possibly, yeah.
But really frustrating because City looked like they might have nicked 3 points, which could have ultimately kept them in the division. If we win today, it could have kept you in the division comfortably. Really frustrating, but a really difficult one to call.
Oh, Gary Caldwell's been shown a red card for something he said to the fourth official.
I think he was sarcastically clapping him down near us here.
Yeah, and he's still having a go at the fourth official, and he's been sent off here, Gary Caldwell. And I'm afraid we won't get to speak to Gary Caldwell now after this game, because he's not allowed to talk to the press after being shown a red card.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. John, you know, I'm normally try and be quite objective and on the referee side, but it sounds today as if there are a few things that didn't clearly quite work out, and you can't blame Gary Caldwell for being absolutely fuming about that. I mean, I saw it back once, I've not seen it back again. I couldn't see anything wrong with that opportunity that Exeter had chalked off.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one because I think there's actually quite a few elements of today that I was really disappointed by. I thought our mentality at times was really, really poor. I felt like a lot of our players were losing their heads. There's a couple of fouls. Josh McGuinness, certainly in the first half, really was quite disappointing to see. He was shouting, you know, he got booked for something that was really, really silly in dissent. And then, you know, Gary getting sent off, it sort of shows a side of City which I'm not too keen on, and there's a lot can be said about Gary's disciplinary record, but I mean, it shows he cares. It was one of those that, you know, I think we saw him sarcastically clapping the fourth official down here on this near side, come way out of his technical area, by the way. It's sort of like Rotherham where they're quite far apart, so he's had to take quite a few steps to come and sarcastically clap him, and then, you know, he's been met with a red card, and not for the first time this season. There are questions over that disciplinary record for him.
And I know, to give Gary his credit, he's actually brought in a referee to try and work with them in training, to try and sort of explain his cause and understand the refereeing side of it as well. I mean, Gary is saying, look, meet us halfway here. We need to understand why you are making these decisions. You said it in commentary with Anthony. If there was something really riding on this game today, that could be the difference between relegation and staying in the league.
Absolutely.